darkest night. Deep beneath darkened past, power fierce shadows cast. A mighty taint beneath its core, a warrior spirit, ancient gore. Welcome, Tainted. I'm a taint. It's up to me for medievality. Welcome, Tainted. I'm a taint. Or should we? Welcome, Tainted. Thinking outside the box. Welcome, Tainted. Thanks for joining us. You rock. Welcome, Tainted. I'm a taint. We're here to have good fun. All rock. Welcome, Tainted. I'm a taint. Thinking outside the box. Welcome, Tainted. Thanks for joining us. You rock.
Hello, and thank you for joining us for Think Outside the Blocks, your weekly official Brickworld live streams where we talk to you about thinking outside of your thinking outside of the perceived rigidity of the Lego medium, and also thinking outside of your mental blocks. I, of course, am one of your hosts, Mark Larson, Chief Brick Officer of Brickworld, and this guy is not here yet. So he will be here at 7:30 tonight. So you got a half hour of just me rambling about crap. So, hey, welcome, and thanks for being here. I appreciate that a lot. Welcome, Tainted, as you heard about 500 times during that particular song. That's our new version of it. It is the annoying show choir, amusement park, Broadway version of our intro. We will probably go back to the old version soon as I can get some captions in it. Time. Rob Claxton was first tonight. You win, Rob Claxton, channel member. Thanks for being here. V Mac Attack is also here. Hello, sir. Also, channel member. Alternate candidate is here. Ralph Nader is in the house. Hello. Rob Claxton says, hello to everyone. Everyone's saying hi to people. That's great. Glad you guys all could be here. We've got to run a show that Ben and I put together. We got together this week early since we knew that I would be by myself for 30 minutes. And so we made, Ben made sure I was prepared. Good guy, right? He's definitely the driving force of this live stream, if you guys hadn't noticed. But tonight's show is brought to you by the letter J. I don't remember why we called it this, to be completely honest. But the first thing we're going to do tonight is talk about Juxtapose. I don't know what that's about, but I know that I will be talking to you guys about some exciting news about Brickworld Chicago 2025. And we'll probably be cutting this up into making a tutorial video for how to register, because registration is coming up soon. We'll get to that in just a minute. Once Ben is here, we'll get into Just Built, which, of course, will be the mocks that we're sharing with each other this week and looking for feedback from each other and thinking outside the blocks. 3 is our Lego news this week, Jack and Elphaba. If you haven't been paying attention, which I'm sure you have and you already know this, but we're like John Oliver's last week tonight. We give you news on Sunday. That's when you get it. We don't give it to you when it comes out. We give it to you on Sunday. So we'll talk about those new sets this evening. And then number 4, we're going to talk about You Don't Know Jack, or maybe you do. And then we'll see what that is. Because you know what? I don't necessarily. Oh, I do know what that is. Never mind. I remember what that is. So that's a little segment Ben's going to do tonight. That he's, Ben with his, he does some silliness that's always really fun, and I know what he's got planned, and I think it's going to be fun. So definitely stick around for that after we go over the Lego news. And then number 5, we're going to do our weekly segments of Close Call and Rant, and you're going to see. Since it's brought to you by the letter J this week, you're going to see Jumping In, and you're going to see Just You Listen Here. And then, of course, last item of the evening, we'll talk about what we'll be doing next week. Look who else is here. We got Charlie Kaufman in the house. Hello, sir. Good to see you. So let's get started. Let's jump right into it, because I'm going to talk for another 25 minutes. Just me. Aren't you guys lucky to be here this evening? So this Thursday evening, August 22nd at 9 p.m. Central, to open it up for as many people as possible. Look who is here. It's Echo Buns Baby and Company. Great to see you. Still on our staff list on the website as the Positive Energy Administrator. Glad you can join us this evening. We're talking about opening up registration for Brickworld Chicago 2025. Sarah Durasset, channel member, is also in the house. Hello, Taints, she says. So let's just jump right into this. How is this going to work? How do we do this? If you don't remember from last year, or if you're a first-time attendee, this is where the link will take you, either from the Brickworld website, or if you're a returning registrant, we will be sending you an email directly with this link, and this will take you to our CVent page. CVent is who runs a registration. You're going to do like the normal stuff you would do when you get to a page like this. So let's just go through this. This is me. This is my email address. This is the easy part. Everyone knows this. You know your mobile number. It's 555-555-5555. And the name to display on your badge, of course, is Joe Buttface. And these are not visa required. These are not, but we will contact you if you don't fill this out to see if there's something that you want in there. I'm going to put my location because I like people to know that, yeah, continue working. This has been open for a while. Apparently, if you just let it sit there, it's going to close on you. I like to let people know where I'm from. And then I'm going to put my home address in, 4210 Avenue Street. Sure, that's how it's spelled. And I'm in Chicago, Illinois, and 606 something. Brickworld Chief Brick Officer. And we'll go back over this, but are you first time attendee to Brickworld? You can hit yes or no, depending on what you are. I have been there several times. We're going to go with 18 years old or older. We'll go back to this and go over what happens if you click under 18, because if you are under 18 years old, you need to have a parent or guardian register you, and they need to be there with you at all times. So you go on to the next screen here. We found an existing registration with that email address. Yeah, it's all fine. Keep going. Wait, what did it say? Sorry. Oh boy. There we go. So you can pick a Saturday, Sunday only badge for $80, or you can pick a convention attendee for $120. That's the opening prices here. We have a tiered pricing system this year. So if you want to get them at this price, you have to get them, I believe, before February. Don't quote me on that. It might be October. I don't remember. So you got to check these two boxes. This is important to us. Let me see if I got any questions in here in the meantime. Glad to see Joe Buttface is coming back next year. That is going to be my alter ego name now. Every time I put on that disguise, which will be different this year, it will look much like Mark Mock. I will get a badge that says Joe Buttface. I'm excited about this. Papa Rex says, good evening. Good to see you here. And look, he's a channel member, so he can show you all those fun emojis. What do we call them nowadays? Emojis that you get just for being a channel member for simply $1.99 a month. You can get 4 Fabuland emojis to post in the chat. That's worth it, right? So all minors under 18 years of age must be accompanied by your sponsor. So you click that. You understand that. And then all displays must be in place by 9 a.m. Saturday and not be taken down before 3 p.m. Sunday. That's very important to us. There's going to be a bunch of other agreement things to click on in here. One of the big problems we had in 2024 is people thought they could just sell from their displays, which guess what? You cannot do that. You can't do it. Don't do it. You have to be a vendor to sell. You have to have insurance. And you have to, we have to guarantee that you're paying your taxes. This is how it goes in Cook County, Illinois. My fault for running the show in Chicago. So then you hit next. And then you get the little summary. And you go down to your payment. And from there, and here's more terms and conditions. You can read that. Please read it carefully. You may be in a hurry. You may understand all the rules, but just make sure you do, because in here somewhere is like, I am not allowed to sell anything from my display without explicit permission from Brickworld staff, which we won't give you unless you're a vendor. So we should probably reword that. Here's the fun part. If you're setting up an entire group, you can hit add group member and start the entire process over. So I'm going to add my husband, Matt Feldhaus. Whoops. Because I know how to spell his name. And he's like Matt at Brickworld. I'm sure. Oh, he does have an address. His number, we have the same. We share a mobile phone. Yep. He's Jack Buttface. Or no, you know who he is. He's Matt Husband, of course. Everyone knows that. He's also from Chicago, Illinois. He's going to skip those. This is not his first time. He is 18 years or older. And then bam. Do you want him to be? Let's say that Matt's busy with work. I'm going to get him an $80 badge. He's going to be there just Saturday, Sunday. So you hit next. You agree to this for them as well. Fun times, right? And then you see all of your registrations there in the cart. Fun, right? Let's go back and see. Let me see if I have any other questions. Is this like the Disney Plus clause? No. If you guys don't know what Papa Rex is talking about, the man whose wife died eating poisoned food at a Disney excursion, something like this. He signed up for a free trial of Disney Plus, and in that agreement, they agree not to sue Disney and to let it go to arbitration. So the lawyers for Disney are trying to say he signed this agreement for Disney Plus free trial, so he can't sue us for his wife's death. Fun times with Disney, right? Rob Claxton says, quick question. What if you're part of a collaborative build? Is there a section for collaborative when you register your build? Yes, so that's going to be completely separate because we run that differently. And so you're not going to have the ability to sign up for your display space quite yet. And we'll do a separate video about that. But yes, and in here as well, let me see. Where do I go? Let me add a group member here because I want to see. You should be able to put location organization. So the thing you could do here is if you don't want to put in, Chicago, Illinois, I can put in that I'm part of Windy City Lug, which I'm not. I am an ALTC. So you can put that there and have that show up on your badge as well. You can be Mark Larson, NALTC, Joe Buttface, NALTC. And then when it comes down to your display space request, which is, again, it's going to be a completely different topic and done a completely different way, and it'll be Office event. It'll be on our back end, a part of our website, because we take that information separately. And Cvent doesn't. Cvent is a great company, and their registration tool gives us everything we need, except for like the nuanced things like activity leaders and display space and all the other fun stuff that is kind of like unique to an AFOL convention, or as LEGO calls them, recognized AFOL networking events. That's what we are. But yes, there definitely is. If you're part of a collaborative build, you register your build, you register it for your lug, you put in the dimensions, you put your lug name in there, and then just make sure your lug knows that you're the one that submitted that request. If we see multiple requests for the same lug, we will ask you guys, but always nice to like kind of do the groundwork first, so that we don't take the extra time, because I will tell you one thing, running Chicago is a buttload of work, and David and Phoebe end up doing most of it, to be quite honest. They have other full-time jobs. I don't know how they do this for us. Cheap Ass Bricks is here. What's up from Holland and Ballin? I don't know, but I love your name. Reed is here. Hey, Reed, how's life? Dave Bricks, channel member, is here. I don't know what that means because I'm on live stream brain. And LEGO Team B is also here. If I die at Brickworld, no one will sue, as they know I went happy. Good to know. Good to know. Activity leaders, yes. And Reed, we should get together soon and talk about some changes we'll be making to the garage sale. See what you think about them and see if you have any input, because some of that's up in the air right now, and it just happened in the last few days. So you and I will need to have a conversation. Don't worry, everybody else. The garage sale is not going anywhere. It'll still be part of the show. MG is here. Ciao to you as well, sir, or ma'am. Whichever pronouns you prefer. Yeah, I know, right? No, it's not that bad. Don't worry about it. It's not a huge change like we made last year. It's just timing. There we go. I'll say that much right now. So that's basically how you're going to register. And again, it'll be it'll be this Thursday evening, August 22nd, 9 p.m. Central. Will actually be on ACOB, and we will launch it with a fun countdown and stuff. The show itself starts at 8 p.m. If you want to join, see what ACOB is all about. It's a fun time. And I've got a few other sponsors here to talk about. And, it's been a while since I talked about sponsors. And we have a show coming up. So, of course, I have our signature sponsor for that show, Brickworld Grand Rapids. Julia from Bricks and Minifigs Grand Rapids, great person. They've got a great store there. I think you guys know last year they had a kidnapper van drive through the front of their store, and they've rebounded. And they do like weekly events in their store. Follow them on Instagram just for like inspiration for Lego fun. Highly recommend it. And this isn't even me promoting her yet. But the other people I chose are just the people who consistently support us. So we're going to have. We'll talk about ACOB in a second. We'll talk about D's Bricks. We'll talk about Brickshell cases. Who else I got here? Oh, that's our. Oh, and then we'll talk about, of course, Stud Sidious and this amazing shirt that you can also purchase if you go to Instagram and go to our link tree and find the product that he's selling there with this beautiful shirt that he designed just for us here at Brickworld. But back to this real quickly. Let me see if I can refresh this and start over. Let's just clear all that, huh? So let's say that I'm Jack Joe Burgerman, which is a name, and I'm jackjoe@gmail.com, who also shares a phone number with Matt Husband and me, and he's Jack Joe Burger Man. He spells it differently all the time. He's part of Burger Lug, of course. Is he first time attendee? Yes. Is he under 18 years old? He hits next. This is what'll happen to you. Nothing. So apparently we don't have. So ignore this part of it altogether. Pretend that didn't happen. As a matter of fact, let's play a song. No, I'm kidding. I'm totally off my game now. So let's see. What else we got? Jesse's Brick Galaxy. Jesse's Brick Singular Galaxy is here. Hello, sir. Good to see you. Free Lego van. No, it was a kidnapper van. And they ran off. Let me see if I have that. Hold on. I'll show you what happened. Was that one of our outros? That would be it's not a fun outro. Let me see. I will look for it because I'll play. No. Here it is.
Hey, Brickworld family. A couple of weeks ago, we had our first Brickworld show in Grand Rapids. We would like to thank everyone involved in the show for making it a great success, but we'd specifically like to thank one of our signature sponsors, Bricks and Minifigs Grand Rapids. Bricks and Minifigs Grand Rapids had a signature sponsor booth at the entrance to the event hall and did an amazing job greeting all of our guests with positive energy. If you're in the Grand Rapids area and didn't know you had a local Bricks and Minifigs store, I'd say go check them out, but unfortunately, it's not currently possible. In the early morning hours, just after midnight on the first day of Brickworld Grand Rapids, let's call it what it is, a kidnapper van drove through the front window of their brick and mortar store. Look at that. Look, watch this. Okay, this is the moment before the kidnapper van hits their product. Then bam, no pun intended, product is okay, product is smashed. Store is okay. Store is smashed. It's horrifying. Fortunately, it didn't happen during business hours, so there were no employees on the sales floor at the time. So, Brickworld community, Bricks and Minifigs Grand Rapids can use our help. We've posted a link to a GoFundMe page in the description.
Yeah, and they survived that. A lot of people donated money to them. They're part of BAM, and I'm sure they had, insurance. BAM supports their stores very well, so they came back pretty quickly from that. And I think it takes someone with tenacity, and Julia from that store certainly is tenacious. Great person. And if you're in the Grand Rapids area and you didn't know, go check out that store because they do a lot with the community. They do events all over town. Give me 1 second because I have to burp. That feels better. I didn't want to do that into the microphone, and it was going to come out while I was talking. Fun times. If Ben were here, I could just mute it and whatever. let's see. I'm just going to go through these real quickly. Everyone's just saying hi. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. So let's go over the people we love very much. And we love, of course, all of you. And I would say we also love, let me see if I can find it. Talk among yourself. Because one of our channel members who's done a lot of work for Brickworld has her own store as well. She's in the chat right now. And if you've never heard of Eco Buns Baby and Company and you're in Holland, Michigan, you should check this place out because she's put her life into this store. So as you can tell here, it is a toy and family baby supply store. Baby supplies. That's, you can tell I have children, right? Baby supplies. This is a baby supply store. And so check them out and let us know, Eco Buns Baby and Company, in your in the chat. Do you have an online store? Because maybe people want to support you because you've been so supportive of Brickworld. You can follow her on Instagram as well, and check out the fun stuff she does with her. I believe she sells Lego. I believe she does. Oh, yep. Check it out. She sure does. Oh, she's combining it with magnetic tiles. That looks like fun. It's cross-branding. All right, so we have ACOB, of course. You will see me with Sean and Brent next week. Oh, before we go on, someone needs an intro. I don't even know where it is. Alternate intro. Is this it? You guys will see what I'm doing in a second. Sorry. That's 50 seconds. Where on earth is the... Oh, well, Ben's here. He'll be here in a second. I was going to play his song, but I can't find it.
Server us, his name is Ben. This man is cool, he's always zen. Mark calls him the man to the left. Is he our favorite host? Most deaf. He builds all themes, a crazy mix. Go catch them on his Insta pics. Yet here he stands, a broken mind. Do castles suck, or are they divine?
Everyone kept saying this weird thing to me, that I preferred space to castle. And they kept saying that I was promoting this rumor. I felt very gaslit.
He lets his kids join him on the stream. He ain't much to see, but his wife's a dream. He's Daddy Ben when he puts down the brick. But you can call him Z when he's getting clicks. A man of split minds torn apart. Caught between his head and heart. Castles stand in full core E. In his soul, spaceships run free.
There is no proof that I have ever said anything negative about Castle in my entire existence. In fact, look at my title. It says Ben Loves Castle.
His walk-up track is almost done. He's about to pull up the show run. Did he build a computer this week? Or will he show us something more sleek? Castle banner, ship engines glow. Rubber, tank, Ted to the show. Remember to hit subscribe and like. Mark and Ben gonna drop the mic.
Yeah. Hey, welcome to the show, my friend. How are you?
I'm here. I'm ready to go.
All right, well, let's get through these sponsors real quick, and then we'll talk about how our weeks went, and you'll remind me whatever the hell number one juxtaposition was supposed to be. So ACOB, check them out, especially if you're a Star Wars fan. They have a weekly live stream. They go live several times a week. They get a lot of really fun shorts. Really passionate about the Lego brand. Really passionate about Brickworld. They are constantly promoting us. Appreciate them a lot. D's Bricks, of course, if you're into, Lego at reasonable prices, and they're very reasonable prices, even current sets are reasonably priced on his site. Check out D's Bricks. Great selection of minifigures, parts, sets. Ben, you shop with D's, don't you?
Sure, I sure have.
Yep, good guy.
Yep.
Been really supportive of Brickworld. Check out this crazy place. It's called Brickshell Cases. If you went to Brickworld in 2024, you might have seen us selling some of these that were branded specifically for Brickworld. This is a great product here. You can see the basic idea of it, it's a little minifigure podium that has, you know, you could display your minifigures in. Ben's got his lanyard case right there that you can carry your sig fig in. And so, you know, we got this basic thing here that's like, you know, you can hold one minifigure in it. But for Brickworld Chicago this year, he made a new product that was a sig fig lanyard case that you could wear around your neck for the weekend. And a lot of people did. I didn't. But that's also because, like, when I hug people, I break their badges. I don't want to stab somebody in the sternum with an acrylic case. These are my favorites. Hanging on the wall and has a magnetic front that you pull off and you put your, you know, you can change the minifigures out whenever you need to. I've got one right here with a bunch of stuff on top of it that is very durable, goes together easily, comes apart easily. I've knocked it off my display table several times. And so you can kind of see, let's see here. You can kind of see here, you know, I've been keeping pop cans on top of it, so it's a little bit dirty, but you can kind of get the basic concept here. They made one specifically, again, when I started working with them, they made one specifically for my favorite theme, and you can buy this one on their website. My Fabuline case here, which I've got my favorite figures in. And I need to convert this one day. I need to convince them to convert it to a magnetic wall case, so I stopped knocking it off my table. But every time I've knocked it off, it goes right back together. None of the acrylic is scratched. Great products, and they don't just do minifigures. They've got all sorts of crazy. Let's see. As you can see here, they've got stands for certain Star Wars ships. They've got Speed Champions. Where are their? They've got a Duck Bricks promo. All sorts of different themes. They go into other. Here we go. They go into other collectibles as well. They really need to make one for Funko Pops. But I mean, check this out. They've got these the Lego Technic cars that it'll look like a poster, but it's 3-dimensional. That's pretty cool. There's some great ideas, and this guy really cares about the Lego community. Of course, we've already talked about EcoBuns Baby and Company, and again, Darth Sidious here on Etsy. I'm sorry, Stud Sidious here on Etsy has made this amazing shirt for us. Again, you can check it out. Go to our Instagram page. Go to our link tree. You can find it down here. Brickworld Chicago Fabuland T-shirt, which will take you here to the store. Brickworld Chicago Unisex T-shirt on Etsy. You can buy the shirt for 238 Danish kroner. Why on earth is that? Is that the denomination my Etsy is set to? I don't know, but it is, and that's the price if you're in Denmark. If you want to buy this shirt, and you can, if you've got 238 kroner. And of course, Julia Bricks and Minifigs Grand Rapids. We just saw what happened to them last year. They're sponsoring our next show, September 13th to 15th in Grand Rapids. If you want to come check it out, we've got VIP night with World of Lights on Friday night. We've got Saturday and Sunday just as general expo shows where you can come see amazing creations from the talents of WM Lug, Mishlug, Matrix Lug, GBC, LGMS, probably missing some people. Eurobricks is going to be there in a smaller representation, but a fun show. Check it out on the brickworld.com website if you want to buy tickets, and certainly check out Instagram for some promo codes for that show. And we might have some exciting announcements about that show next week. I don't know yet for sure. Either way, it's going to be exciting, even if we don't introduce something new that we're considering. So how's that for? Oh, and one more share I have for you guys here. Let's see. This is what I've been putting up with all day. If you guys want to see what my day has been like before Ben and I talk about our weeks and all that stuff like we usually do, check this out. This is what I've been looking at most of the day. She really wants to go to the PARK.
Oh, no.
And she went this morning at like 7. And there was a lot of activity, so we couldn't really do as much as we normally do. So we kind of went on a long walk, and then I chased them around a bit. Cheeto was with us, of course, and it just really kind of wasn't the normal play they tend to get. And Matt Husband is going to take her back to the PARK. It's a little dark out, but we got a light up collar for her. But he's late, and I'm busy, and so this is what I've been getting all day. And as a matter of fact, when I spelled Park, she woke up and I'm not a hot mess, sir.
Your dog's a hot mess for not getting to enjoy the full park experience.
And when she's sad, like she certainly expresses it with that little underbite that she has. She just pushes out her and she frowns. She's just like, but what about the P? What about the? What about the?
My sister calls it when she's going to take her animal for a trip outside. She calls it an apple. Just makes up a word.
I was going to call it the leisure lawn just because that was the first thing I can come up with.
Yeah.
So Ben, I've already gone over the run of show with everybody. Remind me, please, sir. What the hell is Juxtapose?
I have no idea. You told me to put it on there.
I did. I'm so smart.
You did.
So smart.
You also told me that you're going to do our close calls this week. So
I am ready with that.
Okay. So at least we got something going on.
I even have a little surprise for you.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know. What are we talking about? I don't know either. We're talking about
how was your week?
Something that's very different than something else, and you combine them to sort of say, oh, this is one thing, this is the other. That's what it means. So I don't know. What was that?
I ended up talking about Brickworld Chicago opening, which I guess we juxtaposed that.
Cool. Well, my week was interesting. My son ended up coming down with an unspecified virus. He's been coughing. We took him to the doctor because, my wife really wanted to do that. And as part of that, they just basically said, we don't know what's wrong with him. But, if he gets worse, then bring him back. So, we've just sort of been dealing with that a bit. We also, since he was feeling on the mend, went to the church overnight camp to check it out. We've been there a couple times for family weekend. Luther Park in Danbury, Wisconsin. It's lovely. We had a fun time. Mara did lots of art at the art barn. But we came back today and, as you know, it was a little late because we were planning to say goodbye to my nephew before he heads off to college. Yeah.
Well, I'm interested to hear how that went. But also, how's Miles feeling now?
Well, Miles' fever returned. It's not very high, but because Grandma is in chemo right now, we decided that Miles and I were going to stay home. But we didn't make that decision until pretty close to game time, which is why I was still a little late, but not as late as I was expecting to be. Miles is pretty bummed that he can't say goodbye to his cousin today, but he might go over to say goodbye to his cousin tomorrow when we're not at Grandma's house.
Okay.
We don't want Grandma catching the unspecified virus before chemo.
Fair enough. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Good call. So I just did another speed test, and I'm down 200 megabytes per second than I was when I first started. So I've frozen a couple times. My screen is frozen anyway. So just to let you know, I might drop out unexpectedly. So, whatever. So Papa Rex brings up a great point here. He says, only 5 likes? Come on and tap that like button, Brickworld fans. Ben is here now. It's okay. Yeah, I mean, I was hoping to get I thought we'd see a lot of likes when you finally showed up and I stopped barking at them about juxtaposition.
Yeah, you can always hit the like and subscribe button.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we think our show's fun. I don't know.
I think it is.
But, if we're trying to grow organically, likes and comments, they help.
They certainly do.
I'll make sure to toss those on there.
I agree with that. And Matt Husband isn't even here working, so there's no reason for this to be down. And my screen is frozen again, so I don't even know if you guys can hear me.
We can hear you just fine.
Well, that's good.
Which web browser are you giving this a try on?
Firefox.
Okay. I don't know what to tell you. It always seems like changing browsers helps for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but then you have to log into all of them and do your 2-factor on all of them, and it's just such a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
Brick Orphanage gave us a +1 like with a howdy Tainted.
Well, thank you, Brick Orphanage. Good to see you.
So yeah, that was my week. How about you, Mark? What have you been up to? I'm sure you told all these lovely people, but you haven't told me.
I didn't. I jumped right in so that we would have this time to talk about juxtaposition. So my week was, busy, of course, and then I had a rather frustrating weekend so far. Yesterday was my mother's birthday and my 6-year wedding anniversary with Matt husband. Same day, we got married on my mom's birthday. And then we ended up spending 5 hours cleaning out my storage unit. It should have only taken like 90 minutes. Matt and I brought a U-Haul to my mom's suburb because that's where my original storage unit was. And I finally cleaned it out after a year of using another storage unit here in the city. And so about 90 minutes into us cleaning it out, they were empty. But we weren't able to put everything in the truck because one of my storage units experienced some type of damage. Do you want to guess what type of damage it was? I'll give you 3 guesses. What type of damage did my storage unit have?
Well, I would have to know a little details about your storage unit. Is this a self-service outdoor type storage unit?
It is.
Okay, so an element could be involved, or
It could.
some other form of nature. My first guess
Could.
is going to be because of, your song and your luck, that there was some flooding water damage. That's going to be my first guess.
Good guess, but no.
My second guess is going
Yeah.
to be some sort of infestation of bugs.
Okay. Very good guess, but no, you're warmer.
Okay, so we don't have bugs. We don't have the other thing. Then I'm going to guess it's in Chicago, that maybe it is some form of rodent, like a rat or a mouse.
It was mice.
Okay, at least it's a mouse. That's better than a rat, but still not good.
That's true. You didn't miss much, Reed. We're just chatting. So pretty much one entire unit. And everything's here in Chicago now, so there wasn't a lot in there. But there was enough that we didn't want to put in the truck that was covered in excrement and, mice bodily fluids.
Mice fluids, yes.
And then we had to wait for 1-800-JUNK to get there. We canceled our dinner reservations, but we ended up going to the restaurant we wanted to go to at 8 p.m. But let me see. Reed brought something up earlier as we were as your intro song was playing. He apparently believes the Castle Hate started on a Friday Night Brick Show when you were being a chat troll. Is that something Ben? Is that something you would do?
This doesn't even sound like me. I'm not sure. Does he even know what he's talking about?
I wasn't there, so I
to
can't
believe.
say. Yeah, that's a pretty harsh accusation.
It is. It is. And I'm not even sure I've even watched Friday Night Bricks, yet alone been on it. So
Now, I will say, I have a vague memory of you hosting it during Brickworld Chicago.
I thought that was just Think Outside the Blocks on Friday night, honestly. I can't remember.
Maybe I don't remember. I was drinking. I remember when you interviewed me, you were Life Bricks, I think. Or no, you were Brian Saviano.
Oh.
And I had a drink.
Okay.
Are you doing a really good Brian Saviano impression?
It was a perfect impression then.
Yeah, it was really, really good. We should go back to our library and watch that episode.
Maybe we should.
YouTube saves all of them.
But yeah, no, I don't know what he's talking about there.
I don't know either.
But yeah, well,
he says a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Well, happy wedding anniversary. I attended.
Thanks.
It was lovely.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a good time 6 years ago. I can't believe it's been 6 years.
I can't either.
But
doesn't feel like it.
No.
1 year of those 6 years we were locked down together, and a lot of time disappeared during that period of life for us. So let's move on to our next topic. Just built. Did you have time with everything going on this week?
I got a little bit more done.
Okay.
We're already 40 minutes in, so we'll maybe speed through that a little bit, but that's okay because it's not a ton. But yeah, I can bring it up.
We can speed through mine too. Cool.
Who's this kicking it with a new mob? New mob. New mob. funky match? Will we get computer tech? And orange spaceship so sleek? Does he hate castle this week? Does the new mech have a wicked thing? Has the castle from last week been reshaped? Has he built Fireworks and welcomes the Cerberus Daddy Ben? Yeah! Jump to 5-bit! Computer tech!
Nice.
I kind of feel like someday
Yeah.
we should just have a third camera on us dancing.
I was thinking the same thing during that, actually. I could do that with Ecamm Live. Well, I'll have to like drop out and come back in because we know that messes with my mic now.
Yeah.
But I think it's worth it because that's one of my favorite things about this live stream. And nobody gets to see it.
Yeah. We know all the words to our own songs.
Well,
We're our best hype people are ourselves.
they're also on the screen. We do have them subtitled, so sometimes I cheat.
That's true. So here we go. I made
Ooh!
a little bit of progress.
I love these vines.
Yeah.
I'm really geeked out by these vines. That looks fantastic. I mean, this is the part that I criticized last week, where I'm like, it looks like it's just kind of stuck in there, and this is beautiful.
Right. So that was exactly it. I was like, yeah, it does
You
kind
did
of
well.
look like it's hopping out. So
Yeah.
now you can kind of see what the idea was there.
I get it, and so that kind of solves something I have in my head, where I'm just like, places where I want to put foliage, and I do a lot of really intricate rock work, and then I cover it. And I'm like, but you can't see this cool rock stuff I did. Like, maybe just kind of do those steps,
Yeah,
or the spots where I think that I've stepped too much, cover that with foliage.
Just dial it back a little bit on the parts that you like, and
Yeah.
a little on the parts that you're like, okay.
Yeah. Why are we making these sounds? Yeah.
And so then I started working on some understructure because you need that, as boring as it is. But that's sort of where I'm going. And yeah, sometimes, and we talked about this too, people build sort of around the entire thing and then do detail. I'm sort of doing both as I go. I'm sure there'll be more detail added. Like, I don't have the parts out right now for full tree action, so there's just kind of a partial stump here right now.
Yeah.
So there'll be some things that'll be enhanced as I go. So
It's looking good. I mean, it looks like that was fun to do.
yeah,
Like, you really got to sit down and play with the foliage, which I have not been able to do, so I'm jealous. I probably should have done that this week, but you'll see what I did.
yeah. I got a bunch of the bonsai tree, and the bonsai tree is a great parts pack for trees, and it comes with a couple of these guys, which I'm using a lot. We'll do this in here.
Okay, perfect.
It comes with a couple of these.
I ordered so many of those.
Yeah. So there are these longer vines. Then I'm using the whip piece, and I don't know where I got all these whips. Maybe there was some of these in the bonsai tree too. But these smaller not the Indiana Jones whips, the other whips, the non-Indiana Jones version.
Yeah, I have a ton of those too. I have a ton of the Indiana Jones ones as well. Crimson Ghost is here. He says he's super excited about she, I don't know. Says they're super excited about Brickworld this year. I am too. We're getting started very early, and I think I think we're going to have a very smooth show on the back end. I'm not going to make any promises that it's going to be better than last year. I don't like to do that sort of thing, but I think it's going to be like pretty. Wait, where am I? There we go. I think it's going to be. Oh no, this is what I wanted. I think it's going to be good for us, good for the staff. But Ben, seriously though, what do you want on the front of your shirt? Ben or Z Cerberus or both? He wants to get you a Friday Night Brick shirt.
Yeah, no, it's got to be Z Cerberus. It's got to be.
Oh, it's Phil and Aubrey. Hey, how are you guys? Welcome to the stream. Detroit, correct? Please tell me I'm thinking of the right people. And if not, remind me where you're from. There's a lot of people, you guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
that's who I'm imagining. If I'm imagining the wrong people, then I apologize to whoever the real people are. Yes, I knew it. Okay, cool. I thought so. Okay.
Congratulations. Yes.
2021, during the pizza party, Phil and Aubrey sat down with me and Matt Husband and just had like one of the most fun conversations, making fun of like how we deal with spouses. I'll never forget it. It was just like, yes. And we talked about the creepy dolls at the Bonham's house. Oh my God. Yeah, that was so needed just because like we hadn't done shows for like almost 2 years, and it was just nice to reconnect with people. And we had a real nice time sitting at the concession tables
Nothing
in
better than
Detroit.
that.
Yeah, well, I should tell that entire story someday on the live stream about the Bonahooms and their creepy dolls.
Ooh,
Tonight's not the night. We'll do it around Halloween.
all right.
I know, baby. I know.
That makes sense to me.
She's grumbling at me now. She's
Yeah.
literally like, Dad, I haven't done anything since 7 a.m. Well, 8 a.m. She was still playing at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
I like this a lot. I think this is going in a great direction. It is very reminiscent. If you were to show me this and say, what am I building? I'd be like, it looks like a best of.
Yeah.
That's what that's what you said it was going to
I'm
be.
shooting for. Yep, a little bit of a best of, and then after that we can do another round base, and we'll do something different.
Yeah. So Philip and Aubrey, apologize for interrupting the stream. Don't do that. The stream is very like stream of consciousness. So like, you guys are no need to apologize whatsoever. We don't do the Detroit show anymore, but if you guys are willing to come out to Grand Rapids, we've got space for you. So just hit us up on Discord. I'll go ahead and drop that link in the chat right now for anybody who wants to join us on Discord. But yeah, let's do it if you guys are free. September 13th through 15th. Oh, you already signed up. Shows what I know.
You stop pushing the button, I'll push the button.
I know. I should give up controls altogether. I'm gonna find that link anyway, just for anybody who wants to join us on Discord, because there's an organic community growing there where people are like showing off their builds and stuff, and I'm like, we don't moderate it at all. I'm sure David does actually. That's a lie. So let's see. All right, you keep talking about this while I look for this Discord link. Thank you.
All right, now Mark is businessing. So we got the banner up there. Yeah, so I got a little tiny bit more done on the tower, but that's not really the important part. Really what we need to do here, and part of this is when I first started with the size of this base, I thought that we were going to be pretty tall in terms of the steepness of the rock work. Right now it's coming up a little quicker than I had anticipated, so I'm probably going to have to slow it down a bit to get to the height that I want. So we'll see how that goes, but it is still only a sixth or a fifth of the way done on the very bottomest level.
That makes sense. I'm following the math here.
Yeah, so we still got plenty to go. I kind of got an outline of where the stuff is going to go.
Yeah.
But we're going to need to start going back up higher again pretty soon. So it's not, the mountain's not going to start way back here. It is going to continue way out here as it goes up.
I'm excited about this.
Just getting a little coloration in there, and then we'll keep moving around. I'm
trying not to like imagine in my head what the best of Ben's castles is going to turn out looking at, but it's looking great so far. Can you turn it? You're probably still doing work over there. So like if you continue to turn it counterclockwise,
yep.
You probably don't want me to just comment on that yet.
Pretty boring over here right now. There's nothing to see.
Yep.
But
I won't say a word about it. So yeah, no, it looks great.
Be some castle entrance action here, and then the path going up on this side. So there's just going to be a little bit of castle here, and then there'll be a lot of mountain before some more castle. So that's kind of the plan.
I like the plan.
Work on this here.
Cool.
So yeah, great. We've got ourselves some pre-castle work here.
Well, in the meantime, I was going to say we are bumping up in viewers. So if you're joining us, welcome. Feel free to join the Tainted and throw us some comments. We try to bring up all comments. And if you're enjoying what you're seeing, don't forget to like and subscribe. You can get notifications about all the crazy stuff we're doing. I bought some Lego sets this week, and I was thinking about doing some live Lego building. Ben and I have been talking about playing Fortnite in live streams and maybe taking some visits to Buttland. If you don't know what Buttland is, just you wait. But definitely, as Ben was saying earlier, we're trying to grow an organic audience. We don't want to throw a bunch out there and get a bunch of like followers who aren't going to really follow us and aren't really part of this. Is very, in my opinion, it's very nuanced Lego live stream where we're going to focus on like mock building, at least in the first hour.
But we are completely goofy though too, and that's That's the part I really like.
Oh my
I think
God.
we've added a lot of new stuff. We've done a lot of fun segments. I liked Lego Castle on Trial. I, of course, have liked Lego Crimes when we've done it.
Oh my God. I would love to do that again. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, but we're going to have some nonsense tonight, too. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm. We have prepared surprise nonsense for each other, which is the best type of nonsense. Yep. And join us on Discord if you'd like. So I would say one thing I can announce is we are changing the way that if you've done an expo before, we try to get as much money as we can to the exhibitors. And and we're changing the structure of that for several reasons, but we think it's going to be more exciting for people to join us from out of town. So we're definitely going to focus on the local lugs and want them to be there first. It's their shows. We want them to have shows that they can say that they're doing for their lug status, for their R-lug status. But we also want people to be able to take away some of the profit with them, put it back into their lug, put it back into their displays. And since it's not a convention, it's an expo, and we're making money off the people who are displaying, we want to give back what we can. It's going to be very different than the previous payout structure. But we'll be announcing that very soon because it's going to affect the Grand Rapids show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Incentivizing out-of-town visitors? Interesting.
Yeah.
All
right. Change is always hard, though. So we'll see how people respond to it.
Cool.
I love this. I love exhibitors who feel this way. Just happy to be there. Money is wonderful, but just love being part of the show. Awesome. Appreciate that. Just PM me an update on a build that Ben and I saw on the live stream. All right, I will check it out. Oh, hey, what do you know? I just got a Discord notification. And we got an update on Rob Claxton's aviary. What's the thing? The botanical garden.
Botanical garden, yeah.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. On your wedding anniversary, you cleaned out a storage unit. Other people, they come to Brickworld.
That's awesome. I love that. Yeah, that'll be cool. I need to post it.
All right.
All right. So great build. I'm excited to see where it goes. And for not having a lot of time with all the family logistics, all the baby supplies. You missed that part of the show that you had to work on this week. That's quite an impressive update. I mean, I know you build very quickly and prolifically. It's not as much as I've seen you build in a week.
Yep.
But
yeah, it's one of those things.
Update.
If it's not a bunch of craziness, and my wife's traveling this week, so who knows if I'll be able to really focus. But if it's rock work or something, sometimes I can hammer a lot out quickly.
Mm-hmm.
But when you've got a sick kid, then they need attention, and that's
no
that's
kidding.
fine.
Especially unknown virus and fever.
Yeah. He
Doesn't sound fun.
He's just coughing a lot. I mean, that's kind of the big thing right
Ugh.
now. Let's see here. VMac Attack says he's going to need a van for BWFW this year. So that's Fort Wayne, I
Yes.
take
You are correct. Hi, sweetheart.
it. So we're going to need hi, sweetheart.
Hey.
So he's going to need a van. So lots of stuff coming to Fort Wayne. Computer gaming is part of Friday Night Bricks this week.
Ooh.
There you go. Yeah, we
Oh,
talked
he needs-
about playing some Fortnite.
He needs a panelist on for Fortnite. So I think he's inviting you.
Kind of sounded like it.
Yeah, passive aggressively, but
So it's cool.
passively, I should say. That wasn't very aggressive.
Yeah, he's kind of passive aggressive sometimes. I don't know. Why do you keep doing this?
I am just not. Hey.
Likes the mock base. Killer setup. Castle build. Castle. Now, Crimson Ghost. Why would you suggest that it's a castle? It's probably going to be a spaceship. But it might be a castle. We'll find out.
Don't get him started.
Sorry, Mark. Yeah, I mean, it's got some castle-y looking features, but you never know where I'm going to go.
You never do. So Hope Castle says, Reed says, Ben was part of the mass invite email this week for the first time. Hey!
Too
Welcome
bad
to
I was not in town.
If you guys haven't heard of Friday Night Bricks, I will tell you Fun show to check out. It runs a bit shorter nowadays since they're doing the Dungeons and Jesse's Brick Galaxy does Dungeons and Dragons on Critical Bricks. Right afterwards, he hosts a Dungeons and Dragons campaign. Is that what they're called?
Yep. Sometimes he does the campaign, and sometimes he does something called a one-shot, which is like the whole adventure in one night.
Yeah.
Usually it is over the course of several weeks.
And sometimes Ben and I stop by a show and this happens.
Larry's castle stood so tall, he all sat in awe. Think outside the blocks gave a round of applause. Proud and inspired, Larry showed the grand hall. Physics took over, we all watched the grand fall. Bricks fail, crashing dreams to the ground. In that moment, silence was the only except for Mark screaming, no, 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 no. Troy was grabbing a beer, hey, what happened, bro?
I pulled a moto.
No, you didn't.
I did. Under the castle. So dragons live here, right?
Oh my god, yes.
Level 1 dungeons. We got kitchens. This is a double high. This is the grand hall.
No, 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 no.
Like the grand hall.
I believe everything happens for a reason, and maybe this reason is for you to rebuild it better, bigger and better.
Shut up, Troy. My castle just fell. There's only 6 weeks to go. I'm in a full hell. Bricks fail.
My favorite moment of opening ceremonies was when I debuted that song and Larry screamed, "Stop!" for like the 19th time to show the castle falling. Don't worry about Larry, though. His castle went back together very well. It looked beautiful. It fit in so well with the entire layout. It was a collaborative display that he had the back corner of, and great creation, bad night.
and Shut Up Troy has basically just become
I love it.
a bit of a meme now. Shut Up Troy. We go there all the time.
What I love about it is our garage band, before they said "Shut up, Troy," they take a nice big breath. Shut up, Troy.
Yep.
My castle just fell. All right, so you want to see what I did this week?
Never subside before Larry. I certainly do. Let's see it.
Awesome. I would say I can't wait to. I can't wait to. Every time I see it, I can't help but just laugh the same way I did the first time. That night it wasn't funny. It was funny 30 seconds or so later, but when it first happened, I was just like, "What?"
All right. Well,
just happened.
Mark's getting ready, so we got to do a little walk-up action.
Yeah.
Mark's an otter, watch him splash. Building art deco, leaves and grass. Keeping fab, you land on streams. Making mugs, fulfilling dreams. No fear breaks when his builds are up. Only cheers and howls from his pub. So let's get pumped for the Scorpio. Mark's creations are on the show.
All right.
There it is.
Creations are on the show.
There it is.
There's
Doing-
Mark's creation.
Doing some work. You know this well
Okay.
enough. I don't necessarily need to introduce it. What do you see that's new?
Well, I think there's really two things that I see, but I want to start with the pile of dead minifigs.
Oh,
Pond down there.
they fell off the stairs. It's a panda bulldog orgy
Bulldogs. Yep.
happening here.
Yep. Well, I see two major things. First of all, we've got some slopey rock work right there by Mr. Bulldog.
Yes.
So
yes, I tried it. What do you think? I'll hold back on my opinion on it. What do you think?
No, I'm struggling with it a little bit, but I think part of it is also the lighting on it. We're getting a pretty big reflection off of those pieces, which kind of makes it like really glaring. I think that it probably would work okay with a few modifications. I might use a couple of shorter pieces.
I think it definitely needs some modifications.
There we go. I think that helps. That helps us to see it. But yeah, I think it needs some shorter pieces to sort of break it up.
Yes.
Kind of looks like one pattern a bit too much right now.
It looks almost like a spaceship hull to me.
Yeah, a little bit. So, but I think there's still some things you can do to work with that. The other major thing I see is you put the middle back in.
I did, and that is the third variation of that middle going back in.
Okay, got that, and you've started working on a new window up above it.
I have, and you know what I can't find? The window pieces.
Oh no.
It was a Fabuland orgy.
Yeah.
Not purposely. They just, one of them fell down. Oh, the bamboo trees are not in there. I made bamboo trees.
Fun.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
All right, I don't see them anywhere near.
The Japanese influence.
Probably with
the tree is amazing. Love the color choices. Yeah, the color choices are something Mark definitely worked on for this in terms of trying to zone in on that and get it right. There've been a couple different iterations of this, but this is the one I like the best as well, with white on the bottom with the purpley lavender color underneath. Isn't it a different color than the lighter lavender?
It is. So the planks are lavender, and then like the backing of the white grill piece is the medium lavender.
Medium lavender. So it's a little different color. Then the dark blue, and we've looked at a couple different window stylings. This is the one I prefer as well. So.
Oh, thank you. And look at this, like.
Ooh, just lifts right out. Look at that. You got the hinges off, and you can just pull it right out and work on it.
And I've got a spot where I can put the hinges back in when it's in place. But like everything just for packing and ease of like transportation. I mean, this completely comes apart. Whoops. This needs to come off for that to happen. And it just fell apart. But this, trust me, it comes apart.
I trust you.
I'm like, look how easy this is, and then I break it.
And Papa Rex is suggesting that even though all of your poor figures died drown in the bottom of the little lagoon there, that it's okay because they had a Disney Plus free trial, so they're going to be put into forced arbitration.
Perfect.
So they can't sue us anyway.
Well, it was an orgy, so they died in ecstasy, so they're happy.
Yeah, I don't know. We've never tried some sort of end user license agreement for watching Think Outside the Box. We totally could, though.
We need to. I thought you were about to say we've never tried a Fabuland orgy. I'm like, no, I literally just did.
Yeah, or maybe your badge for Brickworld or your ticket comes with you can't sue us when we're terrible on the live stream.
Yeah, right, exactly.
You never know.
This is definitely the lighting I need to stick with. I need to get rid of this.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, this lamp here. I'm excited about what's going to happen here on the second level. I'm excited about the bamboo trees, but I think they might be with Orion's food because I have a tendency to like make something cool and then walk around the house with it. So I think it's not even because I do not see it anywhere. But I don't know if you noticed. Last week the bamboo was the regular green, and I changed it to the sand green.
Yeah.
And now I have like stalks.
Okay.
And they're at different angles.
I want to see that.
I do too. I really like. I'm trying to see if maybe I left it on top of like one of these bins. But I think my dumbass like wandered around the house with it and put it down somewhere.
Yeah,
I
Crazy
just don't
Ghost
see it.
says that all those dead Fabulon figures could be an episode of First 48 Who Did It. If you want to get into Lego Crime, we have some Lego Crimes episodes. If you go back and find them,
We certainly
you'll
do.
totally
We need to
enjoy
get
that.
Nicole back here. I know she's very busy. She hasn't been on ACAB for a while either. She's very busy with being a RLFM.
Yes.
Yes.
Recognize Lego Fan Media or whatever.
Correct that.
The tournament.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think Disney Plus's policy is on that. It's probably
So
probably variable. Depends.
Here's one of the variations of the steps I had done. It sat here, and then it kind of like it fit into this side, and then I rebuilt this on another platform that was not quite as thick because these are, as you can see, it's attached to that now.
Yep.
Where this was sitting on top, and it was just kind of an angle. So my other question here is like, I like the organic growth of these steps, and we'll get to the bridge at some point. Maybe it'll just be stepping stones. I don't know yet. I originally wanted them to be stepping stones, but like, how is she going to bring groceries home if she's got to hop over stones? I mean, that's not realistic. What's she gonna do? What if she falls into the water with her groceries and wastes all that money? I would feel terrible if I was responsible for that. So these are all kind of like angled steps, and then it gets up here. This angle would be fine if it kind of like jutted in like all these jagged ones do, but they're suddenly rounded outwards. Does that bother you? Because it bothers me a little bit.
0%.
0%. Okay, good to know.
I think it's fine. When I look at this, I don't think it looks odd at all. So I don't know. To me,
I will say,
oh no, that looks reasonable. And I think the higher up you get, the more you maybe chisel it out a little more to make it look like a nice landing.
All right, cool.
I think it's good. I like.
Yeah, I think I can work on maybe this bare spot here. The more I look at this, actually, I feel less bad about it, and I can see some of what I can do to fix it.
Yeah.
Like this piece is kind of random, and seeing what you did tonight with like the greenery and the vines kind of gives me an idea of like what to do with some of these spaces.
Yep, the holes. Yep.
Yeah. One thing I did know is like, to get this apart before I just tried to do it here on stream, is that this is going to need to come off and go back on.
Yeah.
But the fence is not on here yet. So one of the things I figured out today is, initially I wanted this to be a 2-story, but I think I might go 2-story all the way around because that'll help me get a roof for the porch.
Sure.
That doesn't have to match over here, because that was kind of like what I was struggling with, was like, how do I make this roof go from here to here, and this roof is just going to be this much, and make it all, maybe that'll still work, but it also cuts off the front, and I think I have an idea for it to get around that sort of like layout problem.
I have a couple of questions.
Yes.
that I want to ask you.
Okay.
First of all, and these are broader questions.
Okay.
You've got the pagoda house.
I do.
We've got the orchard.
Yes.
And then we have Victor's hideout.
Correct.
Do these things exist in a single mock environment, or are these 3 independent builds?
I would love for that to happen, but I think right now there are 3 independent builds. I do think there's definitely the potential for the orchard to run into this body of water that the pagoda house is on, and Victor's house is on a swamp. So they could run together through waterways. We'll see what happens. I think the most likely place for this to connect to the orchard would be over here, because I want to do more of an archway and waterfall on this side, and I'm considering expanding it 16 more studs this way. I think that it has great potential to be part of the orchard because, as you know, I have that walkway in front of the orchard that could connect to a bridge, that could connect to these stairs, and let her bring her groceries home.
There you go. That's
safely.
Important.
It is important.
Especially if you don't have an escalator, as VMAX suggests.
Right, maybe this is. I don't know. It's possible.
Yeah.
Could be an escalator.
Doesn't look like it would escalate the right way.
I don't know. She looks pretty smart. Maybe she made an escalator out of stone that
There's
works at an angle.
It
Maybe.
seems like all the escalators in downtown Minneapolis, where I get to go for work now, are broken. So,
Oh, I'm sorry to hear
you
that.
know, they just turn them off and make you walk up them anyway. So
Yeah, they're temporary stairs, so they're never really out of order.
that's totally what this is.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I saw some guys working on one of the escalators the other day, and there was like they pulled out like a plastic bag that someone had dropped that the escalator had eaten,
Okay.
and it was just covered in oil. Just
Okay.
pulled it out, and it was just like completely black. It was a clear plastic bag just full of oil and grime from the escalator recycling over it. They
So
pulled
that
out.
must
They're
have
like,
been the
"This
problem."
has been here for a while." I'm like, "Ugh." So she was bringing home her groceries, and she dropped a plastic bag, and now it stopped, and there it is.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
They take their groceries home in wicker baskets, the Fabulanders.
I thought maybe they had drone delivery service, but
They might. They do have seagulls.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, there we have it.
Yeah.
We're both inching progress on our rock work. That really seems to be
Well,
slowing us down a little bit.
I'll tell you one thing.
Um,
When you see these bamboo trees next week, I think it's going to rock your fun hole.
Oh, well, that's
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. They're beautiful. Maybe when I go on my first bathroom break, I'll see if they're upstairs.
Yeah, actually, that was interesting. My wife was down here telling me, asking, Miles, he's got a little bit of a temperature. I think I'm gonna have to leave him here. Will you come up and talk to him? He's upset that he can't go. And she saw my Funhole box over here and looked at it and said, "This looks just like Lego." I'm like, "Where have you been every single time we've talked about Funhole on this stream?"
She doesn't even know fun hole?
Well, she says, "I watch the stream all the time. I just didn't realize they were that close to Lego." And then she asked me the $6 million question,
Mm-hmm.
which is the one that we've always been curious about. She's like, "Is this even legal?" And I'm like, I mean, maybe.
I stopped promoting fun hole.
So, maybe. But there we go.
Oh, you went over all these. Sorry.
I did. I certainly did. So there we go. We're inching forward on our builds, but we do.
You're this one.
I skipped over that one a little tiny bit. We had lots of fun with our builds, but there was quite a bit of Lego news this week, actually.
There certainly was. You know what?
We're gonna
As
talk
you get into that, and let's not forget to check out Rob Claxton's
Yes.
mock. But let's talk about news first, real quick. And go ahead, bring up the news. It is 8:15. I will take a bathroom break.
Cool.
Thank you very much for asking.
I don't remember asking, but perfect.
That's fine.
Okay, so the big
Hi.
Goodbye. The big two things are last week when we were on the stream, they had leaked some images of the Wicked sets, but they had pulled them down. There was some copyright strike drama. There was a bunch of stuff that we couldn't get into. So we sort of had to duck and cover and not talk about the Wicked stuff. But it is now out there, and let me show you 4 sets. It's kind of interesting too, because they indicated that they would be showing or making Wicked sets quite a while ago with a teaser, and now we finally have the 4 sets. I don't know the musical. I know what the general idea is. This is the Good Witch and the Wicked Witch when they were younger and apparently buddies, and who knows what's going to go wrong. I know a lot of people are big fans of the musical. It's obviously now going to be a movie. But here is the smallest of the 3 sets, ringing in at $30. No, that's another time I will look at this. But we have Glinda and Elphaba. That's how it's pronounced, correct? Elphaba. Okay, arriving at the university, apparently, Glinda via some sort of pink rowboat.
You know, I've seen this, and I don't remember it being called Shiz You. That sounds like an insult.
Who knows?
Shiz You.
But here it is. So, of course, we've got to know a couple things.
Yes.
Why is Elphaba's Skin always green? Has she always been that color? It's fine if
I don't
she
know.
is. Maybe something happens to her. I don't know.
I don't either.
But more importantly, who is this set for? So let's look at some lifestyle.
Who is
shots.
this set for? That's a really good question.
First of all,
Aw, it's for her.
It's for this girl. And second question is, we always need to know: do you get paper instructions or do you have to use the iPad? Well,
Well,
the iPad's back up. The
mhm.
iPad's back up. We do have our some of our common elements. Looks like we've got a bowl here with fake paper fruit in it, question mark. And then this thing over here that looks like some sort of wacky pie
Yeah.
crust.
Yeah.
So some very interesting things going on there. But there she is, clearly not actually working on this part of the instructions with the
Yeah.
iPad up over here. Any interesting or unusual pieces you see in here that are catching your eye?
Not necessarily. Let me check it out on my
Yeah.
screen here. What are those sails?
The sails look like they're probably that plasticky stuff,
Okay.
as opposed to kind of the older school cloth type things. They look like they're plastic. They're kind of cool looking. The fact that there's a big G on one of them kind of limits some of their appeal for reuse, but
Sure.
who knows?
I wonder if they both have the other pattern on the other side, though, because that other pattern is pretty cool. I like these. I like the 1x6 decorated tiles.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, those look pretty good. Hopefully could be decorative, could be a sticker, who knows?
Do you see a giant Reese's cup wrapper somewhere?
Oh, I think that was in this picture here. So white Reese's cup
Yeah,
wrapper instead of
I think
pie
those are
crust.
coffee filters.
Yeah,
Maybe
Probably.
she's gonna throw some bricks in there.
probably.
So Crimson Ghost says they've seen the trailer for it when they went to Deadpool. Looks like it'll be a really good movie.
Okay.
I've seen the musical live.
And yes, her skin is always green. Okay, cool. Cool,
I
cool.
think-
she's just green. She's just green. It's
I believe. Okay, I won't. Actually, that's spoiler alert. Anyway,
But there we have it. So this is the most inexpensive set. It is 304 pieces,
yeah,
$30. So that's fair enough. You do get both of the main characters in the smallest set.
hmm
But the cheapest set is $30. So maybe we should just be used to that now for Lego. That's pretty
Yeah.
standard fare. I'm gonna save the second most expensive set for last because I think we're both gonna have a lot of opinions. And we're gonna move to the dormitory.
Okay, fair enough.
This thing hinges open. It's like a jewelry box or
Okay.
a piece of luggage. It's got another one of those giant Glinda G's on it as well. Maybe it's a hat box or something and a rose, and then whatever it is that Elphaba is caring about. Maybe this is perfume or a spell. I don't know.
Okay,
A potion. No idea. But it unfolds, and there you have it. We
Yeah.
are now partying inside their dorm room.
nice.
I'll see one thing that I noticed is that the lock appears to actually work.
Yeah,
So that's exciting.
that is exciting. Appears to work like they made a Lego locking mechanism out of it.
Yeah, so that little key piece is from the dots line, and it's also a brick separator. It has a brick separator piece, like a tile popper, not a brick separator. A tile popper piece, which I think is why it was originally popular and went along with the dots line. So that part has existed, and it looks like all it does is it kind of plugs into a Technic piece that's probably not very high friction. It just opens and closes around a little lock. But very cool. They did something to
Yeah.
make it function.
Fascinating.
Once again, you get both main characters. It's a $70 set though for 740 pieces. So again,
Mhm.
the tax on the IP isn't too bad.
Sorry,
Uh,
having trouble here.
pretty typical around that 10-cent mark.
Yeah,
I don't really see anything crazy in here either, other than a decent amount of translucent green. If you're
I was thinking the same thing. So the other thing I have a question for: have we seen this rose shape before? Because I think that's pretty creative.
Yeah, they've used something semi-similar in the botanical line.
Yeah.
I don't think we've seen it in this color though. We've seen a couple different roses, but they've either been red or more of a dried color. I don't know that we've seen pink ones yet, at least not quite this shade.
I think the new hair molds are cool.
Yeah, we'll get a good look at them. Looks like, in this particular case, we're getting 2 different outfits, kind of both the more witchy and the more witchy version, I guess, the grown-up witchy spellstress versions compared to the we're in college hanging out versions.
Exactly. So I think they have formal wear at this. I think there's a lot of formal events at this Shizu, from what I remember. And then they just have their like hanging out at college, going to class.
Yeah.
Costumes as well, or clothing.
Yeah. Also, the little hat box on top is where you can keep the extra accessories. So that's pretty clever.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Who is this for?
Who is this for? It's for this girl.
All right.
She looks like she's got a nice modern-y looking environment that she's in, and she is using the key to unlock the box. So
how else would you get in there?
That's how that works. Yes.
So my question is, we've seen more and more of these in like the Friends line and some of the other like Princess lines, jewelry boxes, the books that open up and have like the little play set inside. I assume they're doing their research on this, and this is something that kids want.
Yeah, I mean they've done it a couple times for Harry Potter too. They've done like trunks, or a suitcase that unfolds. They also did all those books for Harry Potter, and then the house banners.
Yeah.
So they have been doing this some. I think it was, my childhood was littered with these kind of things that were one thing and then folded out to be, something else. We actually say translucent instead of transparent.
Why?
Just to trigger read.
Oh, I don't do that because that translucent is not the word. It's transparent.
I also think that they are they completely see-throughable? I suppose they are. VMAX says it's Polly Pocket all over again. Exactly.
That must be it, actually. That's not a bad call. I had a cousin who was obsessed with those things, and she's in her 40s now, and she will not forgive her mother for giving away her Polly Pockets to like one of the neighbor kids. Hey, who's this? Never too old for Lego says, just started doing Lego this year. 45 years old, never had them as a kid. Oh, nice. 47. That's all I've ever done with my life is Lego.
Yeah,
at a dark age in college, but welcome.
Didn't we all?
Thanks for joining the Tainted.
Yeah, thanks.
Never too old for Lego.
Random stream.
Yeah. Glad to have you here.
Let's move over to maybe the more exciting set as a potential mock sword.
There we go.
Part,
yeah.
And that would be Welcome to Emerald City.
Mm-hmm.
This one has got a lot of nice green on it. We're going to go to the view wall so we can get some bigger pictures here, since this one's maybe worth a little more discussion. So here we go. We've got some green and dark blue. I like the color combo together.
I do too. I believe that, although, in looking at this today, I do think that is bright green.
It is the brighter green, I believe. Yep. There's also looks like there's some lime green in here as well.
And
that's spring green.
The spring yellowish green. I think it's lime.
Okay. The book certainly down here looks like it's lime. But we don't talk about colors.
We try not to because it's not worth it. The reason we say this because some people get upset when we say we don't talk about color. We talk about color a lot.
We do.
However, we should not be debating color from lifestyle images, because it'll only make you lose a maple poly bag in the long run when you're so confident
you don't want
that a piece is opaque that you bet a maple poly bag against 2 other people on the live stream.
Yeah. In that case, I do believe that the actual pieces were translucent, not transparent.
I think they were transparent. I think what they were was opalescent.
Opalescent.
Which I think kind of a razor's edge there on if
couple other things I want to talk about though.
Real quick, I think those curved panels are either regular green or dark green. I can't tell. from this. I do like the dark blue with all those greens together, though. I think that does look nice. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think a lot of them are the brighter green, except like this one down here, you can't like see it as well. So that I think is the one that's kind of a little more confusing. But here, I want to talk about the stained glass window here.
Yes,
Doesn't that give you K-Town bricks?
very much
vibes?
so. Yeah. If you guys don't know what K-Town Bricks is, Google it right now and look at their stained glass windows because they're very, very cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad I can click on Wicked now to find this and not other.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and yeah, we should look that up. Is it? We've always wondered this too. Sometimes
will.
it's Lego and then an IP. Is it Lego Wicked or is it just straight up Wicked?
It seems to be just Wicked.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and it's got Oz in there, and so it's limited in its use in other mocks, but there is a stained glass window in the bottom left in that blue circle, dark blue circle. I do appreciate this comment from VMAC Attack. It comes with bikes they can't ride. Yeah, I wonder when they're going to come out with like articulated legs for these mini dolls. I know it's too late, and it's going to be like old gray versus new gray if they do.
Can the male characters ride them?
Apparently, because I've got a picture here. Scroll through the pictures.
Oh yeah.
They show Oz on it.
There we go. Okay. So at least some of them can sort of ride it.
That's a new bike mold, is it not?
I am not sure. I think what's interesting about this mold is it appears to have a kickstand and no front.
Right.
So
it
yeah.
clips directly into the thing.
Yeah.
And I never knew that they had bike wheels that fit onto that particular male end. The male end. That's terrible.
I think they have had those.
My hand motion.
They came out with a couple of wheelchair designs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I think they do have some of those.
Oh, Joellen said a thing. Joellen's here. Hi, Joellen. She said her one complaint about the Friends line is the mini dolls, that they are different proportions than the minifigs.
Yeah.
And they're not articulated. You can't move their legs independently.
True. It's more difficult for sure.
And Crimson Ghost agrees. Mini dolls are such a throw off.
Yeah.
We don't talk about color, but see through. Wait, I'm sorry. We got 40 flavors of see through. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened here.
I don't either. That's okay. But yeah, here we can see some of the transparent green color, including that newer leaf piece. It's not brand new, as well as it looks like some windscreens in transparent translucent green, as well as looks like some larger bricks as well. So there's a fair amount of the dark green with the transparent colors.
Alternate candidate confirms that it's not a new mold, but maybe a new color. He does have it in white.
Okay. And
Assuming
look who can enjoy this set.
Oh, that kid.
That kid.
That kid with that ridiculous stare. Where does this kid live?
Okay.
Does he live at Shiz University? Because there seems to be a Glinda logo on the wall if you look under the table.
No kidding. Look at that.
And that is a massive staircase.
But we once again have paper fruit. This is the second person with
Where's
a
Stud?
Wicked set and a piece of paper fruit. Maybe if you like paper fruit, you're into Wicked.
I'm so confused. But yeah, I mean, maybe there's an entire paper fruit crowd out there that they're trying to appeal to. Yes, and it's in an apple-shaped tray. Go back. Please.
Aha.
Look at the shape of the tray.
Yes.
And what else is in the tray?
That looks like some cray paper. That's what I'm like.
Maybe these are homemade paper fruits. Now tell me what's on the shelf in back. This is the most Photoshop looking set lifestyle shot I've seen on Lego.com in a while.
Look at the kid's socks. That's tripping me out too.
Tie-dye socks?
Wear your tie-dye socks
today. Are you telling me your kids don't have tie-dye socks?
They do.
It's all the rage. Look at the shelf. Is there not a a paper melon
Yeah,
in a paper
melon
bowl
in a paper bowl. Yeah,
next to a
paper flower.
paper tulip. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Colored
if you,
pencils up above it.
of course, who doesn't have jars of colored pencils? We've seen it.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes there's straws in the blockleverse. It's hard to say that. Do you think 2 items over from the jar of colored pencils is Grandma's ashes?
That could be an urn.
Yeah.
Urns and ferns. We
Urns
see
and
lots of
ferns.
Urns and ferns and lifestyle shots. Let's see here. We've got some comments to think about here.
Yeah, I know. It's just
Rob Claxton says that Eclipse Graphics has also done some good stained glass windows. Apparently, the colors here make VMAC Attack think that maybe this could be a space.
aha. I wondered what he was talking about. Thank you for knowing.
Yes, and then due to the cost increase, Lego is for the rich only, as demonstrated by this guy who apparently lives in a Disney castle.
It's just like that staircase looks giantly out of scale to this person.
Yeah.
Maybe
Lego
I'm not used to.
Suggest that perhaps they're promoting so much paper because they're hoping that we'll have the paper bags in this set.
It's like subliminal
paper bags.
Yeah.
But there we go.
And there's a lifestyle shot with the kid got tired, went to bed.
He's taking a nap, and now mom can play with the set or dad. But there you go. So,
that picture with nobody in it confuses the hell out of me. Anyway,
who is this for? Look, lots of shades.
It's for him. Yeah,
sure. See here, it looks like we have lime green and the springish yellow green, in the same shot.
No, so VMAC Attack. That's what I was referring to. The length of wicker. It's reminiscent of the Glinda logo, the G that we see on everything. Like why is that there?
Yeah. Why is there a foil of whatever? Just
AI is getting better. We'll get to that. Don't you worry.
Okay. So there we have it. This set, perhaps the most interesting of them all, as I mentioned. Value-wise, it's not quite as good as the other ones. 945 pieces for $100. More minifigures though than the other sets.
Who is this for? We know that. I'm sorry. That's not what I meant to say.
Yeah,
I meant to say, isn't there one more Wicked set that we need to check out?
There is. I saved it for last for some reason. Probably because I thought you and I would both say, what? When we saw this little gem.
W-U-T in all caps.
Okay, so Lego has done construction figures. They've done buildable figures. But now we have these mini doll.
Now they've done this.
Buildable figures that quite honestly are a little creepy. They're like creepy dolls in Lego.
My first comment, cleavage does not work that way. It doesn't come out here in the center.
Okay. Okay, sure.
Am I wrong? I mean, I don't have a lot of experience with cleavage.
Hey, that's your problem, not mine, bro.
Not a problem.
But here,
not for me.
Have it. Oh, look, they can switch headgear.
Oh.
And
now
accessories.
Now it makes sense.
If I didn't know they could switch accessories, I'd be done.
Is there
the feet creep me out? I don't know how well they'd stand on anything. The head creep me out. The arms creep me out.
Yeah, yikes!
Creeps me out.
There's a lot going on here. Can you go back to the initial image, please?
Absolutely. Let's hit it.
So,
here it is.
I've seen the musical. I don't know where the chocolate Venus flytrap is in the story.
Okay, it's got a QR code inside it too.
I was just about to say it's eating a QR code. It's total recall cleavage.
Ah, yes, the lady with 3 boobs.
Now it makes sense. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, okay, and they're obviously looking out. They're on some sort of traveling something, looking out a porthole window to the Emerald City.
I think that's the window in their dorm room.
Okay. Some interesting pieces.
Some good pieces, really.
A decent amount of translucent dark green.
You know, I gotta stop you right there. Yeah, let's look into the parts in a second, but let me just talk about their faces right here.
Yeah.
I've seen some really good brick-built minifigures from them. Is it a desk? The heads here,
Desk. Sure. Yeah.
the heads are so blocky. I mean, those are car hoods.
They are, but they don't have usually they have like a little indent in the middle where you can put a 1x2 brick. Here they're obviously not there at all. Looks completely smoothed over.
What makes their hands?
I asked you that when we looked at this. I thought that has to be a new part. We talked about whether or not
I
it
know.
could be like the oversized Hulk hands, but looking
I-
at this picture, I
I
don't
know.
think so.
I know. I was doing a little bit of acting so that we could bring the Tainted into it like it was new. But yeah, no, thanks for calling me out on that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thanks for denying
Definitely
improv.
different because it looks like it's a bar hook into a C-shaped hand thing that's specifically made for this purpose.
Do we have any closer images of their arms?
Well, this one's pretty good. I mean,
V Mac Attack says that he likes it better than Brickheads.
okay.
Fair enough.
I think brickheads are more
Oh, there's a
You
video.
are
Oh
more
my God.
chibi-ish than these.
Could you?
Here's the
Chocolate Venus flytrap.
yeah.
Can you go back to the image after the video?
I don't know if I have the video.
Oh, really? All right.
Oh, that's
So
kinda...
it's for her. Let me share this real quick then. I don't know why you wouldn't have it because I believe we're on the same site, but whatever. Live stream fun.
Tom, do you think we have different sites?
This
This one you're talking about?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Shut up. Not you. I was telling StreamYard to shut up because it keeps giving me it's not letting me share things right
This
now.
picture, I believe.
Yes, what on earth? I think seeing them in this picture, the proportions of these figures don't make any sense. Her skirt does not make any sense. But like now the feet really, really, really creep me out.
Yeah. I
Don't mind me while I pick my ear.
I would ask you. I'd ask you one question.
Yes.
Do these sets give you nightmares?
Good question. Perhaps this one will.
Before Christmas.
I mean, it's always before Christmas unless it is Christmas. Yeah.
So outside of these freaky things, we got another freaky set. Though I don't think it's so freaky. I think a lot of people will be very thrilled by this additional new set.
I think it's somewhat adorable.
Was it an idea set at one point?
I don't know.
Yeah. And
Sorry.
by the way, I do have to tell you, it is indeed Lego Wicked.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, can you believe that?
What? Why does their breadcrumb trail not listed as that? It just says Wicked in the breadcrumb trail. So Crimson Ghost says, so are those stickers or printed? They look like stickers just because they have pink over gold.
Yeah.
That'd be a lot to print. I mean, yes, they're definitely stickers. Looking at the image here on Lego.com.
I would say the faces are printed. Most
Dear
of the other
Lord.
stuff looks to be probably
Even the skirts?
stickers.
I mean, the skirt pieces on Glinda are an Elphaba, those rocket bases that make her body appear to be stickers too.
Oof.
Yikes. Yikes, dude. So yeah, what were you talking about? Nightmares and stuff? Was there a point to that, or were you just waxing philosophical?
I think maybe there was.
Oh, was there?
Here we
Oh,
have it.
oh, wow!
Disney
Look at that!
Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas.
I know. I went over this earlier where I was like, "This is the name."
The
Yeah.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Are they going to do other Disney Tim Burton properties that they needed that designation before they got to the Nightmare Before Christmas, or is that a Tim Burton thing?
But let's just say right now, yes.
Yes, love this.
This is excellent in so many ways.
Mm-hmm.
What parts do I like on this one? Well, I'm going to just say all of them. It's my
There's a lot to
favorite
like.
for sure. There's lots of very cool stuff on this for sure. What's this? What's this? As VMAC Attack This is the set that you didn't know you needed until you saw it, and now you know you need to know to get it.
That, yes.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
So there's lots of cool techniques, like up here in the roof.
Yeah.
Cool look.
I want to get this just to see how they did that. I'll build it on my iPad.
Of course you will.
Yeah.
I like the little swirly mountain thing, which is a bit of
course.
imagery. That's really cool. I like the dog. I like the
I love the dog.
the fence and the gate and these
Yeah.
buzzardy looking gargoyles, and then
The skeletal gargoyles, I think, is what they are. Skeletal.
just all the stuff. I like the tree. I like the other tree.
So Crimson Ghost, they are not new. They were originally in the Toy Story line from
Woody's
2013, 2010, 2011, something like that. But yeah, Woody was the first one to have the taller legs. They used them in Avatar as well.
Yep. Yes, Avatar. Good call.
Need that to go with the haunted house. Yeah, where's Joellen?
Yeah.
Taking care of the dogs, putting her son to bed. What's going on?
But here we go.
2010. Thank you, Reed.
The set, I believe, is $200, and it's almost 2,200 pieces.
Brick Orphan suggests that it looks a bit small for 2,100 or 2,200 pieces, rounding up.
Yeah,
it's a good price per piece count, but I think that I don't know that I agree. I think it's a pretty hefty, a pretty girthy set. There's 3 different locations,
builds,
lots of minifigures. They got that adorable dog, which they did so well, by the way. That's a great mold.
Mm-hmm. And I think the trees are good. I think all 3 builds seem to fit together pretty well. Probably the one that's the most dull is the hill with the little graveyard in front of it.
But it's iconic. It's what's on every cover of every VHS tape ever released of that movie.
Yeah, and they do have something, whatever
the moon,
it is.
I wonder what that is too.
Creates the moon shape here.
It's got to just be paper or plastic or whatever.
So if you're
yes,
a
that's
woman
his name.
with a bit of a crazy arm tattoo, the set's for you.
Oh dear Lord, I didn't know that's who this was for. Interesting. And she's wearing a pearl necklace.
I like the chimney. I like the rock work on the house in the middle as well. So lots of cool stuff on this.
What bothers me about the chimney is there's gaps.
Yeah, a little bit. A little gappy.
The rock work is good though. Yeah, for sure. The trees are great.
Happy. Yep. So we got that.
Joellen says she can't wait to get Zero. That's the dog's name, and that does not surprise me. I'd imagine there's a lot appealing to Joellen in this, so I'm surprised that that's all she has to say. But don't feel pressured to say more, Joellen.
Like the
don't
columns.
mean to push you. I love those columns. I can't figure out what they're made of.
They're made of Technic.
Is that? Oh, duh. Okay,
Technic
good call.
Bits.
Technic bits.
Technic bits.
Causes that angle.
Yeah, there's something down here that they're connected to with the little hands with the bar on the end of them.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
But lots of cool stuff in this. I would say this one's definitely a worth the pickup.
Yeah, I agree. That in and of itself is iconic. For your pinstripe lamp.
You should definitely put this on a table that has been abused inside somebody's garage workshop for a while and now has moved into the house.
You should definitely put this in the house from Beetlejuice.
Could be. That is definitely like the old, it's been painted over 6 times look here. But there you have it. There are only 8 pictures.
That's disappointing.
Of this beautiful set, which is a little disappointing.
So she's day one full price Jones. May even pre-order it.
Pre-order. There you go.
Shabby chic.
So there we go. Shabby chic. Okay, if that's what you want to call it.
You know what? I'm having some trouble sharing slides here, but I decided to check on Stud Sidious's phone.
Oh.
Since he seems to be like he says he hasn't done any work for them in a while, but I think he's been getting some of the images we found from one of his previous coworkers, and so I checked to see if there was anything new with the releases this week, and I did find something. Look at this.
Ooh, the internal alternate lifestyle campaign. Now I gotta say, we gotta be careful. We don't want to get shadow banned or full
We don't.
banned.
We don't.
But if they were never actually released, maybe maybe we can break some news here and show some lifestyle shots.
We also don't want to get Stud in trouble
We don't.
with his source. So, fortunately, there's only one of each. So it's not like there's a ton to show here. But if there was, besides the, we asked who are these sets for, and we saw who Lego was showing us these for. But if they had an alternate campaign that they scrapped, who would you imagine that The Nightmare Before Christmas was for, besides the woman we saw with the tattoo and the pearl necklace?
Oh, it's no question that it's millennials of some sort.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess maybe.
Oh, I'm sorry. Millennials for Nightmare Before Christmas? Did you mean Gen Xer?
Well, maybe you're right on the verge. I saw it
Yeah.
when I was a kid,
Uh-huh.
though. In fairness, I can't say that I remember it all that well. It's probably one of those things I need to go back and watch again. So yeah, Gen
Yeah.
Xers are probably a little more in the wheelhouse.
I think you're better on track with that.
So maybe Gen Xer hipsters is what I'm gonna go with.
Hipsters, definitely an idea. Let's see if the Tainted has any opinion. Who else might have this been for? What type of Gen Xer might they have been trying to market this product to? The Disney Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Make sure you get all that in there.
Yeah, you have to. I will say, I think legally, according to the brief, which, you know what, most of the brief was redacted, but it said legally it has to be referred to as the 21351 Disney Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas.
That makes sense.
Any thoughts before we hear any comments from the Tainted? Other type of Gen Xers besides
Oh boy.
hipsters?
Who else would love that? I would say maybe some people who kind of like the more macabre.
Mm,
Maybe some vampire fans.
maybe.
Or any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, millennials were born as early as '81. Yeah, that includes
That's
me,
true.
Mac Attack.
That's true.
I'm an old millennial, I guess.
Yeah, I guess this came out when I was in college, so millennial is fair.
Yeah.
And it may be, maybe it's Zennials.
Zennials. There
Yeah.
you go.
I can't tell the age of this person. I have seen the picture.
Zennials starting with an X.
All right, so let's see.
Let's see it.
Who is this for, according to their alternate campaign?
Okay. I mean, you're in lockup. You need to. It's probably your Nightmare Before Christmas. I do need to know what's with the can with the the rock and the dead fern in it.
Well, as you know, it's not a lifestyle shot without a fern
Yes.
or an urn,
Yes.
and
Or a bowl.
and so that's obviously a prison yard fern, right?
Man,
Um,
that guy's veins are really popping out. He's loving this set.
I mean, those are some what's his name? James Cameron. Ripley. What is that guy's name? Who made Aliens?
Oh, why are you destroying us right now?
I know, right? I can't think of the guy's name.
Ridley Scott.
Ridley Scott. There we go. That is some Ridley Scott bicep there.
Yeah.
Something's not right. However, can you imagine why they would want to market this towards convicts?
I think maybe it's like, to give them hope. It's like, hey, this is your Nightmare Before Christmas when you get released, maybe.
V Mac Attack is right. They definitely used the same actor.
Yeah, that could be the same guy.
I think I found that actor in several other shots on Stud's phone.
Mhm.
But yeah, this is Prison Yard Fern.
Yeah.
Interesting to me that he's identified himself with Santa.
Yeah, he's holding Santa. I think he's
Yeah.
thinking, I've got a beard, Santa's got a beard. When I get out, maybe my beard will look like this.
Right.
I'm not sure what he's in for. I'm guessing that it's probably white collar crime, but Who knows for sure?
Perhaps. Anyway, pretty intense, right?
I'm guessing maybe he stole a Nightmare Before Christmas DVD, and Batman wasn't there to stop him.
That must be what they're going for. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Good call.
I mean, I get it.
Yeah, me too. I totally get it. Makes sense to me.
Yeah, but am I right that we're going to get another one for Elphaba and Emerald City? Okay, perfect.
It's the Welcome to Emerald City one.
Okay, so
we saw that the little boy with the giant staircase
and the
and
tie-dye socks.
all the paper products and the tie-dye socks. Yes, exactly. And the he was making his own Glinda logo out of wicker.
Indeed. Can you redeem insider points from Solitary Confinement?
Well, I would say
insider points. You can trade your commissary bucks for some Lego VIP points. I've heard.
Yeah, I think you have to check your terms of service.
I do. Yeah.
And check what Disney Plus, what you agree to when you sign up for that as well, because God only knows what'll happen there. Oh, I don't know. Were you here for that? No, you were not. We talked about the Disney Plus.
I was here.
Oh, okay.
Well, maybe you talked about it more in general, but it came up during your mock.
Okay. Oh, right. Okay.
A second time at least.
Okay. Good.
So welcome to Emerald City. I'd like to think maybe Guns N' Roses fan people who are into Welcome to Paradise City.
Yeah, perhaps.
Maybe they like singing. Take me on down to the Emerald City. While they're building the mock, so maybe Guns N'
instead
Roses
of like
fans.
Take me down to a paradise city. It's more like welcome to Emerald City, and they're like all headbangers. It might be some '80s headbanger, maybe, that would be much more Gen Xer.
And I mean, those. The other issue, right, is that The Wizard of Oz, the movie, came out quite a long time ago, well before either you or I were born. But it was it's been reimagined a number of times. It's very iconic, but I'm thinking maybe some old grandmas are into this as well.
It could possibly be an old grandma. Mm-hmm. Any other guesses from the Tainted before I reveal this amazing picture I found on Stud's phone? I'm sorry, in the information that we hacked from Stud's phone. For the alternate lifestyle campaign for Welcome to Emerald City. Was it the Incredible Hulk? That's a great guess from Jesse's Brick Galaxy.
Yeah, that would make sense. He just says it's the Incredible Hulk. Yeah, he missed an N, but that's okay.
That's fine.
Here we go. Take me down to the Emerald City
where the opiates are fresh
and they got centered.
Oh, because of the cleavage. On Glinda, yeah. Makes sense to me.
All right, VMAC. I've met your lovely wife. I've got to meet you, though.
You didn't meet VMAC Attack?
I don't think so. I think of all the people I met, VMAC's like the one I missed.
Hard to miss this guy.
All right.
He's like Matt Husband size.
Okay. I'll keep my eyes peeled next time.
Well, if you come to Fort Wayne, you'll meet him. Because obviously you come to all the expos now. I just insist that you're coming to all of them. All right, so let's let everybody off the hook.
Great. Okay. I love Grandpa and the burlap sack.
Thought you might.
Did this guy buy the set because he didn't have a brain? Is that what Lego's promoting?
Right. Well, I think it's very inclusive for them to market to scarecrows.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Especially this guy. He looks nice and happy. I do love the
Grandpa
Relax Sapper is definitely what's getting me more than anything else.
Yeah.
He's got a couple Lego pieces too.
Yeah.
It is a very country-looking rustic mug, I might say. You'd probably have your winter soup in there, all that other stuff. So yes, that's Grandpa Scarecrow Ashes. You nailed it, Jesse.
Yeah.
I don't think he comes in ash. Maybe he just comes in a straw pile or something. I don't know.
I do think the set is definitely for him.
Yeah, maybe it's sawdust in that bag. I don't know.
He's part of the story. He sees himself in the movie. He wants to see himself in play of the toy. I think this was a smart move. I don't know why they moved away from it and went with like tie-dye socks boy.
Yeah, no kidding.
Instead of somebody who's more clearly invested.
Yeah. The,
I prefer this
Grandpa-
lifestyle shot campaign to what they went with.
there we have it.
There we have it.
Well, very good, Stud Sidious. I think you nailed it. Jesse says this one's a no-brainer. Maybe that's what they're trying to tell you. Get the set. It's a no-brainer. Lego Team B says he certainly looks happy.
I was
and
like,
gives Jesse a bravo.
funny enough, when I found the brief for this, which again, most of it was redacted, except for the words, no brainer. So very good call, Jesse's Brick Galaxy.
You guys figured it out. I dig it. I dig it.
Yeah, me too.
There was a little bit of other news that we skipped.
Yeah. Oh, we did?
We did. So let me bring that up.
Oh, let me skip it by using the bathroom.
Cool. You go do that while I
Sorry.
while I show this. The other thing that we had was they had a Lego 80s challenge where they had a number of themes and elements from the 1980s that could potentially be built into products. And they did announce 2 winners. They are not final product images, but we know what sets won. So that might get us excited for the possibilities. The first one, definitely adorable, would be Gizmo here from Gremlins. Very cute, I must say, for sure. I have a feeling that Crimson Ghost and VMAC are more interested in the second set, which we'll get to in a minute. But here we have Gizmo with his round little belly and all this other stuff. He's got a little bit of furry looking tufts in a couple places, but he doesn't look overly furry. The eyes actually don't creep me out that much, even though they are a little jarring. But I actually think that he's super cute. I don't know if they'll do something adventurous, like have an alternate build where you can build a gremlin instead, or if they'll be, strictly sticking to Gizmo. I don't know that you'll be able to reuse a ton of the pieces outside of maybe some stuff with the ears in a redesign over to a gremlin, but who knows? But Gizmo, of course, definitely super adorable and very iconic 80s. So that was set 1 that won the 1980s. But the second one.
Oh, I did see this actually. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you guys.
Yeah.
Ruth. To win a war, you got to become war. What do we got here? We've got the Goonies pirate ship.
If they do this like this idea set is, it'll be pretty cool, but it'll be about $1,000, I think.
Yeah, I mean, part of what we saw when we looked at this way back when they announced the contest was that when you flip this model around, the backside had a bunch of little vignettes of various scenes from the movie.
Yeah.
So are they going to go that route? It certainly seems like they almost have to, based on why people voted for this or why it was selected for whatever reason. But here's what people want: is the Goonies pirate ship. So very cool.
Certainly has a lot of figures if they go with this exact thing.
Apparently, maybe in some of the versions of the images, Gizmo also had the Rambo bandana and the bow. Could be. I guess I don't remember seeing that when we looked at the images. And I do remember the backside of the pirate ship.
So were you a fan of this movie?
I like it. I'm not like super crazy about it.
Yeah.
I have fond memories of it, but I never really quoted it or watched it every time it was on the show.
Yeah.
I think there are a lot of other adventures that I think are fun and good too, but I'm a fan. I'm not a fervent fan.
So my parents were curiously protective about certain things. So when I was 7, I saw Poltergeist.
That was okay.
For some reason, I wasn't allowed to watch this movie.
Oh, interesting.
So I didn't see it till I was in college.
Okay.
And by then I was like,
it was too late, right? It was too late.
Yeah, I was like, what is going on? Like all my other roommates and friends who were over were like freaking out about it and like how great it was and like quoting it before the lines came up. And I was like, and that drives me nuts. If I hear a line of a movie before I actually see it, then if it was funny. Like one of my roommates, like basically performed the entirety of Forrest Gump for me before I was able to ever see it for the first time. Like this, I didn't like it the first time I saw it. So I'm not huge on this for like the nostalgia of it because I didn't see it. I don't have nostalgic value in this property, unfortunately.
Well, if they
but I
make
think
it
as
all
a-
in these colors, nougat and
then I will buy it.
yeah, reddish brown, you'll be on board for the
Oh yeah,
colors.
these are all the parts and colors that I use. If we even know what colors and parts this is going to be, because God only knows what this is going to end up showing. Poltergeist, but not Goonies. I know, right? What was the other one I saw? Oh, I saw The Shining. I think the same year.
Oops.
That was because I was at my sister's softball team had a party for like all the families. That was also a sleepover, and then we were there like kind of late, and so all the girls were in the room watching movies. So I like snuck in to like see what they were watching. They were watching The freaking Shining. She was only like 10.
Man, interesting.
Yeah, I mean, but we were Gen X kids. Nobody paid attention to what we were doing as long as we were out of their hair.
Yeah, well, VMAC suggests that maybe we'll just get the vignette side and not the ship side.
That's also a possibility.
Who
Yeah.
knows? Crimson Ghost says, I'm stoked. The set will rock. They already made a Slothford Dimensions, so that's cool.
Well, that's right.
So apparently they already had the head mold so they could throw it on this figure for the fan model.
Mm-hmm.
But there you go.
Cool stuff.
Yeah.
So before we go on with our next segments, let's go ahead and take a look at what Rob Claxton has done to his aviary. What is it? A botanical garden.
Botanical garden.
Here we go. All right. So what do you see? What do you like?
Oh, we've got some Gujiks for wherever this was displayed.
Yeah.
It looks like we've got a lot of pathway here built up that we need to see for sure.
Mm-hmm.
As well as some lights and some other stuff that I think we're going to enjoy when we get to some more of the pictures here. It looks like we've got the Scooby-Doo characters hanging out on a bench and some other fun hide-and-seek figures. I see Beast back there. I'm sure we'll see some other fun stuff as we page through some of the images. Lots of flowers. I like the colors.
I would say there's only one more.
Okay.
So I will say I do also like the lighting that he's added hanging from the lampposts, like the string lighting or whatever you would call that, like Christmas lighting or
the fairy lights or whatever.
Fairy lights. There you go. I also like the offset tiling he's done around the fountain.
Yeah,
looks a little bit more organic. It looks like he's done a lot of that. It's got a Wolverine back there.
A lot of pathway.
A lot of pathway. And then here's the overall view of the most recent iteration. This must have been Brick Fair, Virginia. Didn't that happen recently? Yeah. Wow, this has changed a lot. Look at how much more cohesive it is than it has been in the past.
Yes.
With the pathway. I like the neon palm tree we see here in the can you see my mouse? Nope. In the bottom, near the bottom right, kind of to the bottom right corner of the and then there seems to be some like beautiful tree of life off to the left in front of a Koopa or a toad. Okay. Not a Koopa, a toad. This is turning into quite the mock, and he's brought it to several shows now, and it's becoming a lot more. I would say the word I would say I've already said. I hate to keep repeating it, but it's much more cohesive than we've seen him build this particular mock in the past, and it's becoming much more of a single location, or looking more like one single location. I think it's improved a ton. The giant birds are a little freaky.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot in terms of the pathway. Before it was very multicolored, which isn't necessarily the worst thing if that's what you're going for, but I think now it also kind of has that nice lining in the front. Yeah. And also with the lamppost sort of going to where the paths would be that you'd walk around this place to experience. Gives it some more feeling of what it is.
You know what I'd like to see is like a park entrance, like some sort of like gate.
A gate or an entryway. Yeah.
Yeah. otherwise, I would say like I think you nailed it with like a lot of the past were different and differently colored. And this looks um like one park district put this together.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is it's nice to see his growth and where this started and where it's come to. I'd go back up through the pictures that I have from him. I just don't know what other conversations we've had that he might not want people to see here on Discord. So I'm just going to leave it here for now. But I think this is turning out beautiful, and just like the amount of progress he's made in the last, I would say we've been looking at this for like at least 8 months.
Yeah, off and on for quite a while.
Yeah. Good stuff. Very good stuff. I just noticed the Donkey Kong on top of the oh, not Spirius.
Oh yeah, what is that?
The Aqua Sharks dome?
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Some sort of
Yeah.
like one of those like you travel up it to see the entire park.
Oh yeah,
Rise
yeah.
Tower things. I don't know what.
Oh,
it is,
that's
but
yeah. The revolving observatory
yeah.
ride. Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah.
So I think Rob Claxton may be the only one who shared mocks with us. You guys are more than welcome to share mocks with us anytime, and we will critique them the way that we critique each other's work. Probably nicer.
Probably.
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 Right. So what's up next on the Run a Show? Let's check it out.
Oh.
Oh, yay.
All right.
I'm excited.
All right. It is Jack Skellington inspired me this week. And turns out I went back and there are a lot of Jacks in this world. Let's just say that.
A lot of Jack out there for sure.
And every time when I thought of Jack Skellington, he reminded me of another Jack.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of got the brain spinning, the wheels turning
Yeah.
about all of the Jacks who sometimes get confused for other Jacks.
Right.
And I thought maybe Mark, I could find out if you know these Jacks,
We'll see.
how different they are.
All right. I'm excited.
Here's kind of where my brain started. We
How
have
do you even-
Jack Skellington, but who's this other guy?
How do you even know this? I know the movie. I don't remember his name at all. Obviously, his first name is Jack. But this is Return to Oz, which is like
Yes.
I loved that movie when I was a kid.
Yeah. 1985, I believe.
I wonder, is it available to watch anywhere? Because I'd love to see it again. The one character
the main actress was in that?
No,
It was Farouja Balk.
I still
What
don't
has
know who that
happened
is.
to her?
The puppy's
That-
back. Farouja Balk.
Yes, from The Craft and a couple other movies. She was.
I don't know, man.
She was the Waterboy's girlfriend in Adam Sandler's The Waterboy.
Okay. The one character I do remember from this was the Gump. It was like a couch with the head of a moose,
Yes.
and his name was Gump.
Yes.
And there was TikTok.
The
There was a
TikTok,
character named TikTok.
You had to wind him up. Yep.
This
guy
one?
here,
I don't remember his name. Jack something.
Jack Pumpkinhead.
Oh.
So I could see why
Okay.
you'd be confused. Jack Skellington, Jack Pumpkinhead, they've got a lot of similarities. Tall and lanky with the big head and the tiny neck and the tiny frame.
I remember one Pumpkinhead from the 80s, and it was from a Lance Hendrickson movie. Or Henriksen, not Hendrickson.
Yeah. Okay, we've
Okay,
got
Jack-
some more Jacks here.
Okay.
The Shining.
Got
Who are
this
these
one.
Jacks?
This is Jack Nicholson and Jack Nicholas.
Correct. The golfer and the actor.
Yeah. Nailed it. Look
It's
at
always
me.
one of those things. Apparently, Return to Oz is on Disney Plus.
Guess what I'm doing tonight?
Exciting. Not watching Zombieverse, I take it. Okay, we've got these two. Who are these?
That's the from Hunt for Red October. It's Jack Jack Ryan
Yep, been portrayed by 4 different characters.
and
On the
Jack
other
Reacher.
side,
Jack Reacher. Portrayed by 4 different actors.
Correct. Yeah, 4 different Jack Ryans. Hunt for Red October.
Oh, hey, look, we got a little update from Rob. It's still in working progress. Great. Yeah, keep going, man, because it's making amazing progress. We can tell the work you put in, and if you're still working on it, yeah, keep going. Got the other 19 mils plates still working on it. 49 mils big in that picture. It's only 30. Okay. And someone at Brickworld mentioned multiple entrances. Okay, cool.
And
Yeah, that'd be
Jack-
cool.
We got the 2 very different versions of Jack Reacher.
What other Jacks do I not know? I've done well so far.
You nailed it.
I'd say I'm 5 for 6.
You got this.
Well, one
This
of
is the Lego one.
all right. So there has to be a reason that it's Lego Jack Daniels. So I'm trying to think why I can't just say Jack Daniels because the name is in the picture, and you would not do that to me.
I wouldn't.
And that's not Jack Stone.
Nope.
I do not know the character on the left.
This guy is from the Hidden Side theme, and his name apparently is Jack Davids.
Oh, so that was just Jack Daniels. Okay, but you gave
And
it
it is
Lego.
Jack Daniels, yes. So
You-
Jack
you-
Davids and Jack Daniels.
You didn't give Joellen a chance to jump in. She would have nailed that one. I know she would
probably
have.
had a chance. Where'd she come? She didn't come.
You only gave her like 10 seconds, and we're on at least a 10-second delay.
All right, fine. We'll let it play out a little more on the next one. He's from Hidden Side. Joe Ellen is right on it. Of course he is, Jack Davids. All right. This is a triple play. Can you get this one?
I got Jack Black, no problem.
Yep.
Jack Dorsey?
No. The one in the middle is Twins pitcher. He pitched for a number of teams, but most famous for his 10-inning shutout in the 1991 World Series. That is Jack Morris, but he has a nickname. His nickname is Blackjack.
Oh, Blackjack.
So
Okay.
we have Jack Black, Blackjack, and then who's the third one here?
I've never seen that person in my life.
That is singer from the White Stripes,
Oh, I have seen that person in my life. Jack White. Of course.
So we have Jack Black, Jack White, and of course in the middle, Blackjack. All right, here we go.
That is way too clever. That's a. All right, wait a minute. That's a carjack and a carjacking.
Carjack and Carjack. You got it. Don't confuse these two though.
Right?
All right.
That's Hugh Jackman and I don't know who the other guy is. Hugh Jackman. I was going to guess that it was AI, and I was going to try to come up with like a clever name that you might have given it.
No, that's just.
I should have tried a little bit more. All right, all right. Just retuning my brain for the rest of these. Yes, that is a huge Jackman. Okay, so that's Jack on the right, and that's Jack in the Box on the left.
You got to be more specific.
Do I now?
Yes.
Wait a minute. What am I missing?
What's Jack doing?
Eating salmon?
Yes, but that wouldn't work for this segment. That's Jack in the Box and Jack eating locks.
Okay, fair enough. I totally lost it.
Duh.
So we had a guess of Jack Huge Man.
Yeah, close.
All right, so that's the Jack from fucking 24.
Yeah, Jack Bauer.
Jack Bauer.
Yes.
Jack in the shower. Jack and the Beanstalk in the shower? Okay, all right,
Jack
cool.
in the shower. You nailed it.
Got it. So now I'm rhyming, but now I'm not going to rhyme. I'm going to think I need to rhyme this one, and it's not going to happen.
What are you talking about? Who do we have here?
Jackson Pollock. Wait. It's Jackson Pollock
Correct.
and Jackson Mollusk.
Nailed it. Yes.
I scared the dog.
So
All
that's
right.
Jack Mollusk.
More.
These are right on there. You don't even have to guess. This is Jack Stone and Jack Monochrome. Do you remember the Jack Monochrome theme?
Vaguely, can you remind me more of what they had from that line?
I think he tried to fight color and it just became a big mess. But here he is, monochrome.
Yeah.
It was nothing but shades of green, with a little bit of white in there. He was a crazy spy.
Wait a minute. What was really? I think the reason this line failed is because the ages were 6 to 2, and nobody knew who it was for.
I think actually it's 8 minus 2, so you had to be 6 to get it.
Oh, is that what it was?
Or maybe that's B minus 2. I'm not sure.
Depending where I'm sitting, I can't see if it's a 6 or an 8.
Could be either.
Yeah, it's very confusing. As was Jack Stone.
Yes. All right, we got a couple more here.
Yeah.
How about here?
Right. All right. I have to think of this. Who the F was Johnny Depp? He was Jack. What was his full name in Pirates of the Caribbean?
Jack Sparrow. Captain Jack Sparrow.
Oh my God. So this is Captain Jack Sparrow. So this must be something that rhymes with arrow. Captain
Jack?
Is it just Captain Jack Arrow?
Captain. It's just Jack Smith Cooper. You were way off.
I don't understand that one at all. Just to let you know, I was like, that's painful.
You were close.
Like my brain broke.
There he is. All right, here we go. I think this is the last one, but this is,
Okay.
you know, you might struggle the most with this one.
It's all right. It's Jack the Ripper and Jack the Stripper.
You're close. Jack the Ripper and Jack the Fireful Enthusiast. So there you go. Surprisingly, you knew your Jacks pretty well.
I know. I would say I was at least at like 71%.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Thank you.
Yeah, very very good guess on this.
Yeah.
We also got a.
Thank you. Yeah, I know. I feel like I was
Maybe
duped.
this one was Captain
Mast Arrow. Which is what I was trying to figure out, like, what other type of wood is he? And it kind of like, yeah.
No, I mean
Jack Smith Cooper.
Yeah. You didn't know your Jacks. I don't know. What
I did not in that one. No. I didn't even know Jack Sparrow. I couldn't come up with Sparrow. My mind locked up. I was like, Jack something.
Yeah. So there we have it. Did Mark know Jack? He did for the most part.
Mostly.
We had a couple misfires, but you knew a lot of Jacks.
Mm-hmm.
So don't get those Jacks confused. Jack Skellington, not Jack Pumpkinhead. Jack the Ripper, not Jack the Firepole Enthusiast. Okay.
Right. That's so good. That last one's my favorite, of course. So let's see. What's up next? Any idea?
Good question. I think it's Jumping In.
Yeah.
You listen here. This sounds like a close call, which is going to be brought on to us this week by our good friend, Mr. Mark Larson.
Let's see if it'll let me share my slides, which it wasn't earlier. Nope, it won't. So let me give me 1 second. La 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 la. Dee doo dee dee doo dee doo. Be-do, 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 do, 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 do. Womp, womp, bump, bump. Bump. Bump, dum, dum. All right, here we go.
If we need a musical interlude, we always would have this. All right.
So I don't know if this will appeal to everyone. However, what's the better 70s classic rock jam? Looking Out My Back Door by Creedence Clearwater Revival or Blackwater by Doobie Brothers?
I don't know if I would have, picked this as my CCR song.
I wouldn't necessarily either, but I heard these two songs in a row next to each other, and I gotta say, Jim Marin is here. Jim Marin, what are you doing here, sir? Good to see you. Happy to have you back. Maybe Smith Metal Arrow Cooper Barrel Maker Woodworker still makes no sense. All right, so he votes for Blackwater. It's a damn good song.
Yeah.
Do you know both songs, sir?
I've heard them both. Like I said, it would not have been my first choice on either. But
right, but these two songs are hardcore jams.
Jams.
Yes, they are. And how do they compare to each other? I'm not asking you to compare CCR and Doobie Brothers. I'm asking you to compare Looking Out. What's that?
Just the jams.
compare Looking Out My Back Door to Black Water.
VMAX says, looking without a doubt.
All right, the Tainted are tied right now. I hate to say the Tainted and do this, but I did.
I'm gonna go with Black Water.
Kind of my favorite too.
Yeah.
Like I love myself some Looking Out My Back Door, but Black Water. I mean, how can you hear that song without singing every lyric to it? And it mentions Illinois.
Yeah. If you were gonna do
Oh, wait, no, it
a
doesn't.
CCR jam though.
Looking Out My Back Door is the one that mentions Illinois, by the way. Oops.
Oh, there you go.
Don't talk to me about other CCR jams.
No, I just want to know what is
Nah,
what's your go-to jam? I want to know.
Zip.
All right.
Giants doing cartwheels, statues wearing high heels. Lyrics, I think. Just got back from Illinois. Do, looking out my back door. And then, of course, you have, I'd like to hear some funky Dixieland. Pretty mama, come and take me by the hand. Take me by the hand. Pretty mama, gonna dance with your daddy all night long. It's better than losing the monetization. I'll sing them.
I guess so.
Just got home from Illinois. Lock the front door, oh boy. Do. Looking out my back door. Great songs both. I am leaning more towards Blackwater. I still remember the first time I heard Blackwater driving home from college. I love Jim Marin so much. I might have heard this for the first time probably after church on a Sunday when I was 5 in a 64 Ford flatbed. Ben, have you ever met Jim Marin? I don't think you have.
I don't recall.
Was,
not that I specifically recall.
All right, so VMAC Attack campaigning hard for Looking Out My Back Door, but it sounds like everyone's leaning Blackwater. As many everyone's as we have left. Because we did just drop viewers as the segment started. But I think this is a pretty tight race. I would listen to these two songs in a row on repeat and have the best day of my life.
Okay. What else?
Let me check this out.
I think we'd have to throw some other songs in there, but those are some good choices.
Yeah, maybe. So, best Doobie Brothers jam. Is it Blackwater? Is it Taking It to the Streets? Or is it Long Train Running?
Well, okay. If I was listening to Doobie Brothers, I'd expect Listen to the Music to come on, right? That's your most classic jam.
Fair enough, but these are the three you have to choose from.
I get it. I understand. I'm not familiar immediately with Long Train Running. I probably.
All right, give me a second.
But it's not striking me.
Because they never say Long Train Running, I don't think in the entire song. So give me a second.
Okay. Okay. This is probably why you told me I couldn't give you a better CCR jam, because there's some good CCR jams that we're definitely, I'm guessing, going to talk about next. And Mark's going to sing some of those for me for sure. Though I think I know which one I'd go with on that pretty fast. But there's some interesting side notes on some of the CCR jams that we can definitely talk about. Let's see here. Oh, just so we can secretly listen to it together. VMAX says Long Train Running is apparently a good jam. I might have to try to pull this one up here.
I guess the best part of the song that may like trigger it for you. I can't sing this high, but it's like, without love, where would you be now? Do 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 do. Without love, where would you be now? Do 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 do. All right, play. Just click the link.
Okay.
Or copy and paste it. I love singing live with my old voice. So we got one vote for Long Train Running. I would say out of these three, I might still be on Blackwater, actually. Long Train Running is a hardcore jam. So I am leaning between and taking it to the streets, actually.
You know,
I mean, that's just iconic. And I mean, the minute you hear it, you're saying, between the three, it's really hard for me to choose one. I guess taking it to the streets was getting a little too like 80s jam for me, like a little bit too like late Doobie Brothers. Maybe it's early and I don't know this. Because I learned this week when I listened to Blackwater and was like, this is one of the best songs I've ever heard in my life. Maybe that's why I'm leaning towards Blackwater. How many of the Doobie Brothers songs I knew and loved. And I was like, you hear the term Doobie Brothers, I was always just like, it's country crap.
yeah.
But it's definitely not. And I know almost every song that like the top 20 songs in Spotify, I knew like all of them.
Yeah, it's always interesting when you're like, oh, I'm not even sure I know what that person sings. So then you look at their list of hits and you're like, okay, I know pretty much all these songs. And so many of them are jams.
Well, and what I like about them is they switch lead singers. And let's see. So China Grove is not an option. Everyone wants different options on this one. So maybe I didn't pick their best songs, but it's out of these three, what's your favorite?
That's fine, man. It's got to be a close call because if you'd put on listen to the music, everyone would be like, of course, listen to the music.
Thank you. And so I think taking it to the streets is different enough from the other two. And they use their baritone dude, and his voice is so soulful. I'm going to start that one up and see if I change my own mind, because I think I heard it at a different time in life too. Where it was like Blackwater speaks to me more. Long Train Running is an amazing jam, but taking it to the streets is kind of like, I don't know, it's an energy, like a huge energy boost. Perhaps we should move on from this one because we're not getting a lot of response from the Tainted. What are you landing on?
I might stick with Blackwater. I still haven't found a good version of Long Train Running. So if I'm just doing the two,
So it didn't come up from the link that I put in the chat, huh?
I couldn't click on it.
Oh, you couldn't?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hold on.
What do we do about this? All right, I got two more, so let's move on. I believe Blackwater won this. It is more heavy rock, but Blackwater is a little bit more, I would say it's more of that like 70s classic rock syncopation and like layering of harmonies. And that's what I really like about it. And it doesn't follow the typical like verse chorus structure. That's what I really, really love about Blackwater. So I'm going to go with Blackwater as well. I think that's fair. Maybe I should have left Blackwater out since it won the first one. So next question is, what's the better CCR song with rain in the title?
Who'll stop the rain? I'm familiar with Have You Ever Seen the Rain?
You don't know Who'll Stop the Rain?
That was, to me, I was like, what?
Sir, pull yourself up some Spotify.
I'm going.
Then still I wonder, who'll stop the rain?
Oh.
Credence is spelled with two E's? Oh, yeah, I guess.
So you just go with CCR. Then you don't have to worry about it.
Right, and it'd be like, so my go-to, while the Tainted talk amongst themselves about which one they like better, and V Mac Attack chose It's Raining Men.
Hallelujah.
My go-to CCR jam used to be Down on the Corner.
Yeah.
However, the lyrics aggravate me nowadays, where I'm like, what? Shut up. What is this song even about? And then, so you got, I would say, best Creedence Clearwater Revival jam we'll talk about this some other day.
Yeah.
But it's between two for me. It would be Bad Moon Rising and Proud
Bad Moon
Mary.
Rising. I was gonna go Bad Moon Rising and Fortunate Son.
Fortunate Son isn't. Yeah.
Has had some. It's been used politically, which is kind of funny actually, because a lot of times when people use it, they're using it as like a pro-government kind
Yes.
of song, which it is not.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
Which is funny, which always kind of makes me chuckle. Between these two, Have You Ever Seen the Rain would be my pick.
I agree with that, and so does Joellen. So I think we're leaning towards that one. It's a beautiful song.
It is. It is a good song, and it is very Creedence-y.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I guess this was an easier one. I think Who'll Stop the Rain. It gives me the same level of nostalgia, and I just thought it was funny that they're both Rain, so I threw it in there. And VMAC Attack is on board with Joellen, so I think we have You Ever Seen the Rain is the clear winner of this one. So last close call for the evening.
I wanna know.
Have you ever seen the rain coming down the road again? Or whatever the lyrics are.
All
right, so,
on a sunny day? Is that what the line is?
I don't know. I said coming down the road again, and I don't think that's what it is. Literally, you have to buy one of these. Gun to your head.
I have to?
If you don't care about yourself, then it's a gun to your family's head. You have to buy one of these. So the idea from this came from last week. We talked about Up Around the Bend is a great song. Sorry, just in case you're wondering what I'm talking about. Up Around the Bend is an amazing song. Creedence Clearwater Revival is an amazing band. So is Doobie Brothers. But I literally just learned that Doobie Brothers is an amazing band. Even though I've known all their songs for 4 decades. So we talked about this last week, and you had Who Is This For? I know. This lifestyle shot is displaying the set, and it was the Nerd with Money to Burn, and it was the MIDI scale helicarrier, which I guessed immediately. Good for me, right?
You nailed it.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. There's a couple of them I guessed right away. Out of the 3, there was 2 out of 3 that I guessed right away. But there was
Vitality Beach was a bit of a layup, but
you right.
Got it.
100%. So I would say we had about like 6 or 7 suggestions from the Tainted during that segment about what this nerd with money to burn could be buying.
Yes.
And so I picked out the 3 that I thought were like amazing to me, that there were like 7 that people were mentioning consistently.
Yes.
And like they're producing a lot. Lego is producing a lot of sets nowadays, a ton of sets. So they're not all going to be bangers, right? And there's been a lot of clunkers this year. They've been producing a lot of crap in different directions, and sometimes we're like, "What? Who on earth could this be for?" So here are the 3 biggest ones for me outside of the MIDI scale helicarrier.
All right.
You have a gun to your head,
Yeah.
or
I have to buy one.
A gun to your family's head.
Yeah.
And you must buy one of these. Which out of these 3, which one would you buy if forced to?
I am 100% without any question buying Creative Play Droid Builder.
I'm pretty much on board with that one.
Now, here's why.
So we have 2 votes in the Tainted for the stupid travel one. VMAC Attack agrees with us about
the Duck Bricks one.
Right, which looks nothing like what he built for the show. VMAC Attack agrees with the 2 of us. Keep going. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, so I guess for me.
Oh, hold on one second. For this question, okay. So now you're being forced to take one. Doesn't matter the price. What's more awful? What's the least awful of these 3? Price doesn't matter.
Yeah, still Creative Play Droid Builder for sure. And here's why I'm going with it. Okay.
Yeah.
If I go over to the map set, which I would say is probably the one I'd be second most interested in, even though I don't want the plane at all. I already have a Lego globe and a Lego world map. I don't need a 3rd Lego world map.
Right.
I could just do this on the 2 Lego sets I already have that include a map of the world.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm not buying that one. However, if I was being forced to take it and I was gonna maybe reuse the parts in the future, that's the one I'd
Yeah.
want.
Yeah.
Over the Brickhead, which has 8 stupid Batman Brickheads. Why do I need 8 of them?
And you
one
can
of
only
them's
build
a repeat.
and you can only build one of them at a time anyway.
I know. Ridiculous. And yeah, I
Yeah.
mean the droid builder, why am I
So
going
the map is
best pieces. He's just, it's that simple.
color.
Best pieces.
Yeah. Yeah. Unique molds. I would also list the map as second because I need those dark blue plates for the pagoda house.
There you go. I mean, there's gotta be a reason. I'm not sure I would clip any pictures to it because mine would all be clustered around Brickworld conventions, so they'd all just be in the Midwest.
Right.
All the little spikes.
Right. Yeah.
So that, I just need I just need a map of Illinois and
Yeah.
Wisconsin at this point.
That's a really good question about this one. Like, who actually travels the world enough for these to be really spread out over all of the continents?
Maybe Duck Bricks does. I don't know. Maybe he's got a picture of
Maybe.
Antarctica. I don't know.
I don't know. But he didn't build this. Built the 8 plus 3 more Batmans.
3 more Batmans.
Go Purple Dave.
Good job, Purple Dave.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Awesome. Yeah.
If you spent $25 a pop for each Batman, if you spent $200 to build 8 Batmans, then congratulations, you're a sucker.
So it's surprising to me is that not only did I want this out of 3, everyone else seems to have consensus that would be the one because that's just the most ridiculous. I can kind of see travel set you can put pictures on. Oh shoot, I'm really lagging here. Matt must be on the computer.
Bit, yeah.
You guys hear me? Okay. Okay.
I can still hear you. I mean,
the Brickhead.
Your picture is definitely behind, but that's okay.
The droid builder pack is the craziest to me from a basic product standpoint.
Why is that?
I just because why do you need to okay, I'll backtrack a little bit. They're encouraging custom building, right?
Mm-hmm. Make some the top half.
Yes. Make your own droids.
Yep.
I like it better now, just now realizing that. However, when you first look at it, it doesn't necessarily seem marketable because none of them are recognizable as actual droids in the Star Wars universe. Maybe there's an R2 in there.
R2D2, yeah.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Chopper.
yeah.
Actually, 2 of them are.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Shows what I know.
Yeah.
I'm going to do something real fast. I'm going to drop out and come back in because this is getting hectic over here. And I'm going to try Chrome this time, see how it goes.
Okay, let's try that.
So, give me a couple minutes.
Doing that, I will show this. So if I was going to pick one, why I would lean towards the creative droid set is here. You can see in the picture, and we'll go to the view all. They do have silly accessories. I'm not sure I'm actually going to be playing with them, but of the 3 sets depicted, you don't really play. You more just display the map one. You can put the different pictures on there. It reminds you of good memories, but there's not a lot you can do with the set other than take it apart and rebuild it. At least here you get some opportunities to do some different things. There are 2, despite Mark's original thought there, semi-iconic droids here. R2D2 obviously, though his head looks kind of trash in this, but the Chopper one looks pretty good. And Chopper's the little one down here with the dark orange head, for anyone who doesn't know, but I assume you probably all, or a lot of you, know him from the Rebels series. He's also got the colors that really remind you of the Ghost, which was the ship from the Rebels line. So this one I would say has probably the best selection of useful parts. There's probably a lot more smaller parts in this than there are in the travel set. That one probably has a lot more large pieces. So if you need those pieces, or you need a lot of pieces, or a lot of larger pieces, that set might be a different option. But in terms of just, pure playability and what the set is, this is definitely the one I would lean towards. They also do have this function, as Mark mentioned, like this, where you can do full mix and match. So you can take off the legs and make a new combo. The hats are just weird. I bet some people really loved the hats. They thought they were the cutest idea and the best thing of the whole set. I think they're fine, but I wouldn't buy it just for the silly hats and bow ties and headphones and all this other silliness. Also does have a 25th anniversary set. I haven't heard the same backlash towards Leia here that we did on some of the other sets. I will say that young Leia hasn't appeared that often so far. She was in a number of episodes, I guess. I'm not sure that she'll really continue to be a major character, but it's still kind of fun that that's what we got. I don't remember the name of her little droid. Seems kind of out of scale with the size of what the droid was in the series when you saw it. But I think it's a decent depiction of the little flying droid that she had in there. VMAX says the rubber duck is a good motivator. Could be, I don't know. Let's see there. Yeah, definitely looks like that's what you need on the bottom. Very, very useful in case of a water landing or a crash landing on Dagobah. You can just pull out the rubber duck and float up without having to pull out your little antenna to get out of the swamp. So I don't know. I mean, I guess that's two reasons why you'd pick this one over the other one.
I guess that like the silliness of it is why I don't know exactly who it would appeal to, except maybe little kids. But there's like lots of intricate parts in it.
$100 set though.
Right.
Yeah. Well, they want the little kids playing. The mustaches and the rubber ducks.
The giant bow cracks me up. I mean, this is the one out of those three that I would buy. So
yeah. Hey, look, they're working on the iPad, of course.
Yeah,
we got a bowl full of art supplies.
Listen,
you got to have a bowl on the table.
One of the things that was in the storage unit and not in the like rodent damage side was all of the old catalogs and Lego instructions that I'd kept in binders. That box weighs 2 tons.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go through it to find that damn catalog where they had the different races for the Duplo family, for the Duplo dollhouse, to prove it finally. That's the only reason I kept it. I would have tossed it out with the mouse piss shit if it wasn't for that.
The internet doesn't have this damn thing.
It doesn't. I don't understand why it doesn't exist in pictures. It's not on Bricklink. I'm like, this happened. It wasn't a fever dream I had.
Yeah. VMAC, do you actually do this?
But
I met your kids. I saw them.
If you're going to get them a Christmas present to share, like maybe if you're forced to buy one of these 3, get that one for the kids to share. But like, aren't there better sets for the kids to share than this crap?
Why are you doing this, man? Why are you doing this?
Why? Why do you hate your children?
Yeah, this is like saying, children, I would like you to hate each other and have, poor feelings about Christmas. Here you go, children. Please blame me when you're in the clink for this moment.
You're traumatizing your children, VMAC. Yeah.
You're basically suggesting that they'll grow up to become bank robbers by doing that.
Sarah, are you on? Do not let him do that.
Don't let him do it.
Don't let him do it.
No chance.
No chance.
Parenting tips from Mark. We already have other things that Mark gives us tips on, like these.
Nintendo.
We get all kinds of Nintendo tips from Mark.
We should get into that soon because they're coming out with the Switch 2. However, but like everything's rumors, and like they're like they're rumors from verified leakers that have never been wrong, and I'm like, I still don't care because like just Nintendo holds everything very, very close to the chest.
They do.
Very different from what Lego is able to do with as much as they're releasing, I think is more the problem. But like, just wait for the product to come out and then talk about it. like multiple notifications a day about like Nintendo Switch 2 rumors. I'm like, I'm not going to click on that.
All right, VMAX. So I want to suggest that the money you saved buying them only one Christmas present to share and the Get Along T-shirt
Right.
to force them to get along
Right.
is going to, if you would have just bought each of them a set and each of them their own wardrobe, you'd save a
Mhm.
lot more money than what you're going to have to pay in therapy bills for these two
Right.
going forward.
Exactly. Or for them to be able to have to take care of on their own when they move out of the house. Therapy's expensive. And like the Get Along shirt, as Ben said, you're going to pay money for the Get Along shirt as well. So you have to gift it with them. They're like, why are we getting this shirt that's forcing us to get along with this? It doesn't make them get along the same way the crisper drawer doesn't make your vegetables crisper when you throw them in there. Like I had some moldy broccoli the other day. I'm like, I'll just throw it in the crisper drawer because it makes it crisper. But that's not how it works. I learned the hard way. Now I have penicillin.
Well,
yeah.
At least you discovered something.
Right, I learned. That's why I'm sharing this lesson with VMAC.
Yeah, I do want to ask though, since you talked about the crisper drawer.
Yeah.
You know what crisps my life? The air fryer. I want to know greatest invention ever, or greatest invention ever.
I think it's the greatest invention ever because you can warm up anything in it, even French fries. Like you spray some oil on it because I have a spray bottle of vegetable oil, and you throw it in there for 5 minutes. It basically like deep fries them.
Yeah,
and you can warm up French fries.
You can reheat pizza without having to put it in the oven. You don't have to microwave it and get that crust soggy. Air fryer, change your life.
Oh, my air fryer spins at an angle, at a 45-degree angle, so everything mixes. So I think if I put pizza in there,
interesting.
Yeah. Oh, but I like the idea because if I could figure out how to keep it flat and stop it from spinning, I would put. Yeah, that makes perfect sense because I read
lasagna. Yeah, no, reheating pizza in the air fryer
ends up in a ball. Yeah, because I do it in the oven. I don't use the microwave for anything. And so I heat up pizza in the oven. The air fryer sounds like it would be less
and fast,
soggy.
Fast and beautiful.
Yeah. 5 minutes works for everything except sweet potatoes, which takes 20.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous. We used to have a guy who worked in our department who would heat up baked potatoes in the microwave. It would take forever, and he told us he had celiac disease, so he had to bring in non-gluten things, bring in potatoes that are gluten-free.
He's mispronouncing sociopath.
Yeah, and so we went to, they had an as seen on TV, a potato sleeve. You put the sleeve around a potato to warm it up faster in the microwave. But he's bringing in this potato this big and putting it in for 20 freaking minutes.
In the sleeve?
Not in the sleeve. We're we need to get him a sleeve.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sitting there forever. We're nobody can use the one microwave we have on this floor because you're heating up your baked potato for 25 minutes at a time.
Sir, you're saying something wrong tonight, VMAC. Nobody eats sweet potatoes. Do you know how good they are for your health? They have anti-inflammatory properties. They are delicious. And so
had a sweet potato fry, you savage.
Right?
You savage.
So not only do you want to eat them because they're delicious, they have health properties outside of just having a good amount of fiber. They're a vegetable. Come on, man. Sweet potatoes. Are you some sort of monster, sir? Anyway. They always said the devil would be attractive. We found the devil tonight. It's this guy who doesn't like sweet potatoes.
Yeah. What a weirdo.
Close call for next week.
Maybe
sweet potatoes?
Maybe he was thinking of them when he was thinking yams, and he's like, I don't like yams.
Yeah, perhaps. I think next week's close call, sweet potatoes or nothing.
Potatoes or nothing. Yeah. Would you eat this?
I think sweet potatoes would win in a landslide as he vapes and drinks whiskey.
Yeah.
And I will eat sweet potatoes with that. That's a good trifecta for health.
That's his counterbalance.
Hello. I only eat sweet potatoes, Amy Schultz says. It'd be awesome if that was Sarah Drassa, by the way. I don't eat white potatoes, too starchy, or anything made with white potatoes, fries, or chips. Nice.
Okay. So there you go. Yeah, I mean, okay, so maybe Mark's not always the model of healthy living, but sweet potatoes are what balance it out.
And Brussels sprouts
Rob Cloxton says
and
sweet potato
quinoa.
souffle is really good.
Ooh, that
Brussels
sounds
sprouts and
difficult.
quinoa. Look at this guy.
Yeah. Broccoli, asparagus.
Spell quinoa.
Quinoa.
Oh, good work.
Thanks.
All right. Well, there we had it. Because you dropped off, we lost our run of show. So now I have to get it back.
It's your file.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't load it. You did.
I'm having trouble sharing slides anyway, so.
That's okay. I will do it.
Okay, thanks.
But I happen to know before I even get there that our next thing is definitely going to be a little something we like to call Rant of the Day or the Rant. But we give it a different title every week just to keep you guys guessing as to whether or not we're actually going to do it.
Just you wait. Oh, just you listen here. Sorry, that's what it was.
Listen here. Just you listen here. That's what we called this one. And I am more on top of it this week because I already have our little tiny timer here.
You're not a moron.
I wish. Who said I was a moron?
You said you were a moron. Top of it. Don't worry about it. Just keep going.
I'm now changing my rant. Okay, so here we go.
Oh, wait. I'm not ready. Give me a second. I was drinking whiskey and vaping. Piece of cake. Where is it? Volume. Are you ready?
I'm ready. What am I ready to talk about? Well, maybe my self-righteous co-host today. Why is that? He's giving people advice on nutrition while he's drinking his death soda. I know he thinks it's more healthy because it's zero sugar and it has, natural whatever ingredients, but he's vaping and drinking his whiskey, and all he ever does is criticize the way people talk and the way people spell. That's all he wants to talk about is being judgy, judgy, judgy. He never admits to his own faults on the stream. All he wants to do is judge all the rest of you. And in fact, what makes me the most mad is despite all of that, he's everybody's favorite host. Everyone still loves him. They're all like, oh, this guy, he's the CEO. The CBO. The CBO. He's not Caitlin Clark. He's the CBO. And we love him. We want to give him hugs when we see him at the show. We want to wash his feet and scrub his back and buy him cheeseburgers. Whatever. I'm done with him.
Time. That was fair points there.
I thought so.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering.
I wasn't going to go that way until you called me a moron. Or should I say, didn't call me a moron, which was even worse.
Well,
Jay Moran, who wants to live forever? Well, I mean, I hope you want to live at least a full life, but...
Oh, he has.
Good.
No, he's a badass. You will love him. The minute you will meet him, you will think this. Character.
All right. That's what I'm all about.
Love that guy.
Okay, here we go.
All right. So, just you listen here. 1-800-GOT-JUNK. If that is your real name, you gave us a window of 2:30 to 4:30. And what time did you show up? You showed up at 7 p.m. And we had so much stuff covered in mouse excrement. We just wanted to go home. You tried to cancel on us. And we tried to tell you, hey, we're outside at a storage unit and we've pulled all our stuff out into the lot. We don't live here. We have dinner reservations. And you confirmed our appointment. And then you show up and like your 3 young kids. I was really hoping for like 3 older gentlemen who were bald and like kind of like built. But no, you didn't listen. You drove off to 135th and Southwest Highway when I told you to drive around the lot. And then you disappeared for a while. And then you had to call us back and say, how do we get in? I'm like, come back. I'll show you how to. Ruined our entire night. I hate you.
All right. Well, Mark is businessing. He's throwing down the business right now.
That's
saying,
right.
If you're 1-800-GOT-JUNK, if that is your real name.
If that is your real name.
You have disappointed me.
Yeah. And you know what's going to force me to do in the future? Now I have to use College Hunk's hauling junk, and they're definitely not going to be my age and built and bald. They're going to be young and gross.
Gross.
Yeah, ew.
Yeah.
Yeah, hot mess was got a mess.
That
It was a bad day.
He sounds like hot mess. You know, what do you expect from a place called 1-800-GOT-JUNK anyway?
I expected them to show up and take our junk.
I expected them to be male strippers, so
Oh, really?
I guess we're both disappointed.
No, that's 1-888 got junk in the trunk.
I see.
That's where you messed up.
I see.
So the kids that showed up, and they were children. The dispatch had warned us they had a bad day, and so so we were trying to help them. They were like, "Sir, please stop lifting the stuff. We'll take care of it." And I'm like, "I know you guys had a bad day. Appreciate you being here," because it was not their fault that dispatch didn't call us during the 2-hour window where they ended up having a haul that was difficult. And what it turned out to be was they had a cathode ray tube TV to lift, and not just like the one that you and I had in our college dorms that our parents had given us.
The big.
It was one of the cabinet ones with the speakers on the side and the tray in the top that had a. They said there was a round thing in the top, and I was like, oh my god. It was a record player. I said cathode ray.
What is this thing?
I said cathode ray tube, and the one guy went like this. And he goes, "Yeah, I think that's what it was." And I was like, "You have no idea what I just said."
A CRT. It's one of those retro things that you see on Twitter or TikTok.
Yeah, but we eventually, like I said, got to go to dinner. Our 5 o'clock reservations, because my mom's 74, so we had 5 o'clock reservations for senior dinner. We ended up going to the hibachi restaurant that we wanted to go to.
Okay, good.
At 8 p.m. And we walked in, and it was like hibachi restaurant mixed with a frat bar, because everyone was screaming and laughing, and they were squirting something into people's mouths. So if you know a hibachi restaurant, there's a chef at a table with a flat top grill, and they're doing fun stuff, and they're making the food in front of you, and there's usually some sort of entertainment aspect where it's little jokes, simple jokes, and they were squirting stuff in people's mouths. And our waiter was like, "Oh, they're squirting sake into people's mouths." And we laughed because we thought he was making a joke, but it wasn't a joke. They were literally squirting sake into people's mouths. And the challenge was 10 seconds.
Oof.
Not even I said yes. I was like, "No, thank you."
Oof.
Because not only, so other people at our table were doing it, and he'd be 10 seconds, and he'd do a backwards countdown from 10. And he'd get 3 and go 3, 3, 3, 2. What, they're drinking this for 20 seconds. And even the people who were drinking it were like, I'm done. And he wouldn't stop. I'm like, this doesn't seem legal or morally ethical.
Mm-hmm.
But my mom had a blast.
That's good. Did you experience an onion volcano?
We did.
Okay, good.
Yeah, of course.
I'm glad for you. I know what a hibachi grill is. I have never been to one.
You haven't?
I've never been to Benihana or the other versions of it around.
Mm-mm.
I know what it is. We've just never had an occasion to go. So,
what occasion are you waiting for?
Not with my kids.
So I would say there were a lot of kids there when we first got there. Not after we made our orders, but it's a fun place to go to take your kids, especially for their birthday, because they do the special things for them. They make the onion volcano.
Yeah.
Z Spouse really wants to try it.
Yeah, but let me ask you this, Z Spouse. Mark's saying great place for kids. Would our kids eat any dang thing they tried to serve at a hibachi grill, or would they just do this the whole time?
So, do they like fried rice?
They like fried rice, I guess.
Do they like soup?
No.
Okay. Do they like chicken?
If you're gonna say chicken nuggets or mac and cheese, then you might have them, but that's it. I mean,
Do
that's,
they,
to be fair, they do like
Yeah.
orange chicken. But who knows?
you could do that.
I just think they'd be a total bummer to bring them the first time. I think the first time we would go would have to be Rachel and me, and then we decide if we could take them. Because I'm not going to pay for it if they're
Right.
just going to sit there and be pains in the asses, you know?
Right.
So
It's this: steak pieces, chicken pieces.
those are good.
But they also
I'm
do
eating
like,
those, but my kids are going to complain the whole time.
my favorite part is like the fried vegetables because they have broccoli, squash, carrots, onions, and bean sprouts. And so your kids may not eat any of those things.
Yeah. Bean sprouts sounds delicious. I would like.
Right? Fried bean sprouts.
Yeah.
With everything else, it just gives it like that different texture and like, yeah.
Yeah. So Z's spouse agrees with
Oh,
me.
yes.
She thinks go without the kids the first time.
Please.
And apparently there's a Taku Koka in Fort Wayne. VMAX.
Okay.
So
I've had
apparently
some
it's
really
at a
good-
hibachi place.
I had some really good sushi in Fort Wayne last time I was there.
At a gas
Yeah.
station?
No,
Oh, good.
at a sushi restaurant.
Choice. Good choice.
All right, so there we are. We're at 10 p.m.
Look at that. That's
So
pretty impressive.
Join our asses again.
Yeah, that's our last topic. We'll be back. I
Yeah.
think I'm back next week. I haven't heard anything
I think so.
different.
I think so too. I haven't heard anything different either.
I think I'm good until Labor Day weekend, I guess.
I'm
but even
good,
then, I still might be able to do something. I don't know. I'll have to hear from Z's spouse.
right?
He is the keeper of the calendar.
I would say I am good until September. Let me see. What is it? September 15th. And I may still join you. Who knows?
No, you never
Yeah.
know. I'm not sure what you did while I wasn't here this morning, but that's okay. Or this evening, but that's okay.
You can go back and look. It's just like teaching people how to register for Brickworld.
Oh, that's important.
Yeah, and then talking about sponsors.
Those are important too.
Just kind of being like, oh my god, it's me, just me by myself. It was kind of like how it went.
Yeah. Well, we're getting lots of people who are ready to duck out. And what did I wear today? Of course, I wore my Bob Ross shirt.
Good call.
And what does our friend Bob tell us? Well, he tells us this when we
Mhm.
are thinking about going to hibachi the first time. He says, hey, eat whatever you want to eat there because there are no mistakes. They're only happy accidents. That's what Bob
Well-
says.
We didn't visit it tonight, but in case you're missing it, welcome to the Blockoverse.
Welcome to Blockoverse, no souls around. Cheap sights and sounds, no life to be found. Photoshop toys on twin Siamese. Fathers and sons making IEDs. Welcome to the Blockoverse, everyone is checked. Water slides are funny, hands are grotesque. Car pest police, house cake topped off. Minnie's passed out, her head's popped off. Welcome to the Blockoverse, where dreams distort. Bad Photoshop, orphans in an eastern port.